You wanna learn about beer? Stay tuned and never fear. They're the guys for the case, 'cause they'll tell you all about what they taste. We got Mudhole, B&Q, we loves Star Wars and grilling too. And Knox guy loves baseball and board games, he's played them all. There's no place I'd rather spend the Monday nights than here, having a few chuckles and damn good beer. Now it's time for Two Beerded Guys. What is up, internets? Hey, as you'll notice, Tyler got a lot thinner and a little taller, so we have a fantastic fill-in of Silver Stephen Fox himself.
And absolutely better looking.
Thank you.
Definitely, at least slightly more handsome. We'll try to make it too tough
right.
on Tyler there. We also are joined by...
BYBC.
Don't forget the Y. Why? Because she likes you.
Yeah.
We've also got...
Because it's bring your own. Oh, Mudhog B&Q.
And I'm off-screen Matt, trying to do my darndest to fill in Tyler's boisterous voice.
We try.
Yeah, I might not be able to fill those shoes, and I'm okay with that.
Listen, he's loud, he's abrasive.
I'm
It's
sure
what it
he'll
is.
watch and he'll be like, you guys need to pick up the pace and
Oh,
be
yeah.
more energetic. Cause that's
And
what
he's
he
not
always
talking
says.
about thick and chunky salsa, huh?
Oh!
New York City.
We don't have a crickets button, John. That's what we need.
Oh, yeah,
Cricket.
you do.
That's-
Oh, damn it.
That's the
Wait,
one that we
wait,
need
wait.
that we've been missing
Hey,
this
write
whole
that down.
year and a
Cricket
half.
soundbite.
Like, what buttons do you need? Crickets for the jokes I
Crickets.
make. That's what I need.
That
That's
is
true.
100%.
Somebody needs to turn their email notifications off.
Oh, that would be me.
Oh, I thought it was his computer. I was like, I've never heard that before.
That's me.
I was like, I'm not at work. That's what it sounds like. I'm on my computer at work.
And a quick little roundup of our rogues gallery of viewers at this point. We've got Cosmos Carlos, a.k.a. Diarrhea Cosmica de Verbos. Again with his Uncle Ben. Hello there.
I want to make sure hopefully he throws out the link for his podcast.
Yes, if you don't mind doing that, Cosmos, because if I type it, it only goes nowhere on my system because it's weird and quirky. He says it is the name of his podcast, so apparently it's all the same thing.
All right, so we can go for it. Perfect.
Two birds, one stone, just like Chuck Norris. We have also got John Couch saying Carlos. Oh, he realized what's going on already.
Yeah, I had to give him the traditional welcome, so.
And Russell's on. Time for some action, he proclaims.
Woo!
Followed by a drinking some stones in honor of off-screen Matt. I thought I felt uplifted. I was kind of downtrodden coming in here. I jammed my way up here trying to sing and get myself in the mood. Sat down. I just felt that Keystone kick really pop in. So thank you, Russell, for bringing it back in the game.
Thank you.
And how is it? Is it Jordan Luger Fuchs says hi? Hello. I think that's how you. I'm pretty sure that's how you pronounce that.
Yes, nailed it.
Definitely a silent J, right? Like
Yeah.
yogging.
That's right.
Jogging.
Jordan from the Yard.
All right. Well, as per TBGUs, we're gonna start off with our most anticipated beers of the evening. I don't know if you had a chance to check that out yet, Steven.
I
and
have.
Jen?
So are we going to
did.
do a quick run through of them all?
No,
Like a preview
no,
or just one
no.
at a time?
Yeah. Well, let's go
So
one
actually-
time on the one
so
you're
don't
looking
even
forward
do
to
that.
most.
So we're just
Let's
gonna.
see.
Matt's gonna go first with his most anticipated.
Gotcha.
Yep.
That's right.
I
Sorry,
know.
I'm out of
Nope,
practice.
you're
No,
good.
I just figured we shifted off since I was kind of doing some of the talking.
Yep.
Like I didn't want somebody I'm just being a real Tyler and just hogging the show, you know. I'm actually looking forward to the cinnamon bun ale. Like that just sounds like too much deliciousness in there. Hopefully it doesn't go bad.
And Boulevard's a solid brewery. So
Yeah, when I saw Boulevard, I was like, ooh, IRAs. I saw the cinnamon rolls ale, like, ooh, other IRAs, and 9.5%. Like both eyebrows went up even further. Like, all right, yeah, I might be tweaking my tweeter. We'll see.
Woo! Oh, it's going to be. Oh, I love it. I am most anticipating. It's kind of cheating a little bit because I've already had it. The Radler from Aslan Brewing, but we're gonna add some vodka because it's only 2.5%. So.
I also don't have a boo button.
Ah.
Boo.
Oh, all right. Write that down too. Boo button.
See, boo or boob?
Oh,
Can we do both?
Both.
yeah.
Yeah.
Don't you have like a doing? I guess it wouldn't really be a boob.
Like
It wouldn't be a boob.
Butthead.
Yeah, we used to, but it got sacrificed for, I think, that used to be boing.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right.
Jim, what do you? Oh yeah, Steve, what are you looking forward to?
I am looking forward to the Braxton Brewing Black Raspberry Chocolate Chip Stout.
That does sound good as well.
I love stouts. I love blackberries. I love chocolate.
Black raspberry.
So this is right up your alley.
Yeah, I'm sorry, black raspberries.
That's a big difference.
It's all good. So
It's
I
all
look
a
forward to
berry.
that.
You know, I just don't see through that lens like you do, Jen.
No,
Berries
my
is berries.
No,
right.
it's not. No. Huge
All right.
difference.
And Jen, what are you looking for?
I didn't really get to look at it very
Punching me.
much, but unfortunately, I kind of think that Listerman.
Really?
Yeah.
All right. You like
We'll
smoked beers?
I don't know.
The smoked lager.
None of them really jumped out at me too much because all I
Alright.
could see was Radler, and I'm like, what? So
Couldn't see it past the Radler. But we do have a little special something we might introduce into the Radler to bam it up a little bit. I don't know if you got that memo, Jen,
Bam.
but
I've heard it 3 times now.
okay.
Yes.
Well, we're
That's
excited for that, if nothing else.
Ramba Bamba Lamba.
That's right. All right. We ready to get started?
Hell yeah, let's do this.
All right. So, number 1, we have Anthem Golden Ale. It is an all-American classic lager. Here is the beautiful can. There we go. It is 5% alcohol. And, I'd say it's probably just a typical golden ale. So,
Yeah.
we'll go ahead and crack this bad boy open.
So this is the beer number 1 I got from Baltimore. Haven't tried this one yet. I got it as part of a Mixer Sixer from a brewery called Union Craft. And they're one of the larger breweries out there. I'd say their facility is on par with downtown Sun King, except not quite as large of a brewing space. So I don't think they necessarily, production-wise, is as large as Sun King.
Skills
but-
Wow.
quite a bit.
You're saying kind of like square footage, but not just not volume pumping out, maybe?
Now, I didn't get a chance to go
first
back
go,
in their
you know?
brewing
I'm like,
area,
no,
but from what I
alright.
saw.
Gotcha.
Used to.
Oh, okay.
But I would say it's probably comparable to Sun
Well,
King.
it still should give you better skills
No,
than
fortunately.
These are all different shaped glasses. Maybe he's a little rusty. You know,
who's
cut the
a
man some slack.
Give me a round here to get everything dialed in.
Yeah. All right.
All right, here we are.
I bet this is going to taste very beer-like.
Yeah.
No, it tastes like beer.
Tyler hates golden, so I figure we'll take one for the team. And
Like we did last week. This is fucked up.
I
Like,
appreciate you guys.
the Two Beerded Guys have been trading weeks off of who's not showing up, and you know what I get rewarded for coming in every week?
Bad
Drinking
beer.
the shit beer because we don't want to drink good beer when the other one's gone. Like, when I'm gone, do you guys extend me that courtesy?
No.
No.
They bring up the
we've
good
just
shit from
recently
the base.
become-
Yeah, like, well, we've been waiting for Matt not to show up. Here we go. Boom. Oh, you sons of bitches.
Oh, sorry, buddy.
All right. Jennifer, what's your first impression?
Tastes like beer.
It does.
I will say on the Bob Couch scale, this is beer.
This
Yes,
is beer.
this is beer, according to Bob Couch.
Yeah.
I mean, it gets a grade A in that scale.
Not a Z or a Y.
I'm not sure if that's better or worse. we need to confer with Bob on that.
Yeah, I'll ask him.
John, why don't you run us down so that the listeners and so that everybody
yes.
here has a reminder of what the scale of rating
Rating
is.
system is. All
That's
right.
right.
Him
So,
with his professional sounding voice.
right?
yeah, that's
Thank
good
you.
over
Hey,
there.
I'm trying to fulfill the role here.
That is radio voice, Stephen.
know,
Yeah,
it
he
is.
is.
What
He's
happened to
really good
Stephen
at that.
Fox?
Well,
This is Stefan Fox.
Ooh,
Hey now.
like Stefan Urkel?
It's like, did you ever watch Family Matters when Steve Urkel
Yes,
becomes
Stefan
Stefan?
Urkel. Yeah, there's a little extra sauce on the name, like Joe Dierte,
Right.
but it worked.
Exactly.
God damn it. So, we
You're
rate,
welcome.
Two Bearded Guys rate our beers on the Untapped 5.0 scale by quarter point increments. For the Two Bearded Guys, a score of 3.0 is a perfectly average beer. As we go up from there, up to a 4, that is get to the point where not only is it a good beer, but we're going to start to seek it out. Like, hey, we like this a lot, and I'm going to go search for this beer. And then we get to 4.5. 4.5 is just about damn near perfect. And then that 4.5 to 5, that's where it's tingling your jingles, jingling your tingles.
Fluffing your muff.
Whoa.
Yeah. So those are like one of the best beers you've ever had.
Can I jump in and equate that to, because recently the family went to Cold Stone Creamery. So like a 3 is like a like it, a 4 is like a love it, and a 5 is like gotta have it. Like, you know, it's their ice cream sizes.
I thought you said 5 would be like a lick it.
That is definitely
that's what he
not
was
on the
going
Cold
with.
Stone
No,
scale.
no. I thought missed.
I like where you're going there. Or
So
do
does
I?
Jen.
So what's a 2?
So a score between
I don't
2
have
and
I don't have a
3
button for that one either.
is still a solid beer, but there's something not quite, something maybe a little bit off. It's not your favorite beer. It's maybe has a flavor on the can, but it's not in the beer. So it's drinkable, but it's whatever. It's meh. And then going between that 1 and 2, it's like, all right, well, I bought it, I got to drink it, or your buddy gave it to you, it's free, whatever. Once you go below 1, 1's like, oh dear God, this is piss. I'm going to pour it down the drain and never think about this again.
Nope.
No, nobody wants that.
Except for Waterworld. Kind of had to do what you had to survive, you know?
Yeah, you did.
For sure.
Making it through a 3-hour movie.
That's right.
So, that is our 5.0 rating scale. We take the average of the 3 scores of the unscreened personas, and off-screen man just doesn't count. He gets to provide input, just doesn't count.
But it still matter sometimes, right?
According to some people.
Silence. There was also
There's the crickets.
I was saying, there would have been prime time for the crickets as well, John.
So I'll go first in this one. I think as a golden ale, it's hard to do. I'll call it a basic beer. Mm-hmm. It's hard to do basic beers super crazy and stand out and unique. I think it's solid. I think it's clean with basic beers. How clean is it? How well made is it? And I'll go 3 1/4, slightly above average.
If it's a basic beer, does it also like pumpkin spice latte?
Oh, you know what? If you were gonna take, I wouldn't do the pumpkin spice. I would do a coffee blonde ale though. A coffee with this would be good.
Oh, like a coffee flavor introduced into that?
Yep.
I think that would bam it up. Like that would kind of be more like a white stout flavor at that point, though.
Kind of, sort of. We've had
Which
some
I do
coffee
enjoy
blondes.
if they're done right.
We've had a few.
Jennifer, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, it tastes like beer, so that's just kind of what it is.
0 to 5?
Yeah, I'm just gonna go with solid 3.
3 it is. I'm kind of on the same fence. I mean, I'm okay with ales, but they're kind of boring. So, but it was good. It was clean. Didn't leave anything negative in my, in the taste buds. So, I'll go with a 3 as well.
I like that you really caught yourself. You were going to say, didn't leave anything
Yep,
negative in my
yep.
mouth, but like, in my taste.
Yep.
You can see the wheel spinning and the hamster stopping and getting out. And
Exactly.
That is a score of 3.
Yeah, I'll say like a 3.1. So yeah, 3. All right.
Yeah, we round up or down. It's
Exactly. So
Matt.
there we go. All right.
Matt, your thoughts?
It's a beer. It's a Bob Couch beer. No offense to Bob Couch, but it's not got any like knock your socks off flavors in. But it was well made. Can't detract for that. I think with that in mind, I'll give it a 3 1/4. Like pretty fair on there.
Yeah.
3 1/4, same kind of range.
Good beer.
There you go.
You crush it.
Jordan
All
says,
right.
"Damn, babe, you are slow."
Wow.
Hey, you know what? I don't have to take this abuse.
Hey, keep that up. He'll just keep drinking here and crash on the couch.
That's right.
If we could ever figure out like
And then
how
he'll
to
be
do
off
admin,
John.
then maybe our admin could block people, but we don't have one of those, so it's fine.
All right. Moving along. Next on the list is the Radler by Aslan Brewing Company. This is a beer with grapefruit soda at 2.5%. Did I say it wrong?
No,
we're
that's how we.
we're just being middle school.
That's fine.
I had a really bitchy boss that I hated, and her name was Aislinn, but we called her Aslan
Gotcha.
because
She was an
She was
ass.
an ass.
and she had a big old
Do you have a big ass?
ass.
Did she have dumps like a truck?
Not in a good way. Her face matched too.
So, as previously discussed, we will be boosting this.
We're going to taste it without the vodka,
Oh,
and then we'll add the vodka.
okay. All right.
Steve's
So,
all like vodka.
here we go.
I know.
Let's get everybody lined up.
Oh, Jordan is clarifying only in relation to your Stefan Urcal joke.
Oh.
Yeah, he was. Matt beat him to that one.
So I've got to admit, when I saw this, I was really excited until I saw the ABV and realized it was a Radler. Because I was like, oh, grapefruit soda, because I love Fresca. And then I was like, this is going to be my most excited beer of the night. And then I saw the 2 point. And I was like, this is lame.
You know what?
We'll fix that right up.
We sure will. I'm going to
It's
just
fizzy. I can hear it.
take this first sip real quick and just slam it right down for that American Liquors vodka.
Yes. This is another Baltimore beer. I bought a 4-pack of it because I am a sucker for Radlers. I don't love every Radler. I've had some bad ones, but this one's pretty solid.
There we go.
Just do the bar pour.
And they have a very rad can, if you will. I'm sorry.
There you go. Come on, Matt.
Yeah.
Again, the boo would have worked perfect there. Instead, I gotta
Sad
give you like
trombone.
a.
Hopefully they're not rad like some other shitty breweries I know.
Woo!
No pun intended.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Here's
Did
what I was
say
trying
that
to
out
find
loud?
was the.
Otherwise,
There it
there you
is.
go. Keep spinning.
Steve's not the only slow
There you
one.
go. Oh, no.
There we go.
A little too
Oh.
far.
Too
Back a
far.
smidge.
Go back.
Just a taste.
Shout out
Taste more.
Ugly
Like that?
Pete for the new can cam.
New
Hopefully-
and improved.
Hopefully
yeah.
everything looks great over there. So
I'm not noticing any light flickering of any reason. We're getting to see more of the follicles
Yeah,
in
it
John's
was kinda
beard.
stroby
I
there some days.
did zoom at that one in a little bit. So
Yeah. We also got this nice big black thing on the side. I'm not exactly sure what that is. Oh, Mike. That's the mic.
Is that what they call it?
Depends on who you ask.
hey, do I need to bring my own?
Ask to your left.
Yes, it would be much appreciated if you were here.
Does it have to be black?
No.
Okay.
Whatever. We do not discriminate. Whatever color you would prefer.
Just first beer off get. We're already off rails. Yes! Tyler would be proud.
It smells so good.
It does smell
It
delicious.
does.
Nope. It's better
I
than
like
the other
grapefruit,
Radler
so
that I had.
I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
Tastes too much
Yeah.
like pop. I don't drink pop.
It is a little, like, overly grapefruity on the finish. Like, that
Yeah, you
soury.
really taste
Grapefruit's
that
not
funky-
one of those fruits that has, that
Sweetness.
that eases into anything.
Yeah.
Grapefruit's very pungent and in your face.
Which I guess to their
So-
credit, they did a good job on the grapefruit flavor, but
100%.
to me, tasting it, I'm like,
It
gross.
doesn't taste as bad as the other grapefruit Radler I've had.
All right, time for the vodka.
And I think what's interesting about this one is a lot of Rattlers are like a blend of like a juice and like an IPA or a
It definitely
Pilsner
has
or whatever.
tastes like grapefruit juice.
It's that soda. It's
That's why I
talking about
don't like
that
it, I think.
that grapefruit soda it talked about. Provides a little
Is
bit
that
more
what it's
bubbly in
in
it,
there?
and you know.
All right.
But
well,
yes, now we are going to Steve. What do we drink? What are we adding?
we are adding
Bamming it up.
Yeah, I know.
American Liquor. Here we are.
Barely newer.
Ha!
American Liquor Company vodka, 40% alcohol,
Oh, now it'll be
wheat,
42.
rye,
and a
potato,
half.
and corn. Handcrafted, small batch.
The only 4-grain vodka available.
That's right.
Wow.
And that's why it's nicknamed the Bourbon Drinkers
Nothing but the
Vodka,
best for us.
because it actually tastes pretty darn good. That
There
comes
you
from
go. I will
vodka.
I know, I'm
each
like,
for
I'll
their
pour my
own.
own, thank you, because I'm like, some people get a little heavy handed.
Available
Also-
at Total Wine
I believe Collins. Like I've seen it at a few places.
and
I'll see
Hampton
this.
Town Center liquor store over there. I
Yeah.
forget the name of it.
And very wallet friendly as well. A fifth runs you typically $20,
Better,
so
worse,
that's
meh.
a pretty good steal.
No difference.
Well, there's a difference. Depends how much you put in there.
Did you not put enough? Need a
Matt, you tell
splash?
me.
No, I think I put enough.
Did you put too much?
It kind of tastes well. Kind of tastes that.
No.
that funky like grapefruit aftertaste.
It
bite
definitely
after.
knocked
I got that on the first. Yeah.
It knocked the edge off the
Yeah.
grapefruit for sure.
Yeah. Cut down the carb a little bit.
Yeah, it did.
Gonna pack more of a punch though.
Yeah.
That's a bit better.
Yeah. And honestly, I would take this and try to make ice cubes out of it.
Oh,
Ooh, that would be fun.
There you go.
there you go.
Yeah, because like Steven said, like it kind of kicked off the whole grape group. Ooh.
That bite,
Blah, blah, blah,
that
blah.
grapefruit bite.
American
at the
Liquor's
end.
vodka. It'll fuck you up. No,
One
That's
sip
it.
in and man can't
I
even
know.
talk.
Damn, that's a good shit. No, but it cuts out the whole super bitter grapefruit finish. It does kill a little bit of the carbonation, which I kind of did like that, but it's
do
not.
like the
It's still good without it, and I think it kind of brings a little bit more rounded out flavor to it.
Yeah. And we discussed with American Liquors, the vodka itself actually has some flavor to it. So
It does. It does.
does.
A little bit.
All right.
All
So
right.
We're gonna get to the point where we score it now.
Yeah. John, why don't you give us the...
No, it's Jen's turn.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
We're round
Yeah.
robin, so... What do you think?
Well, I already knew I wasn't gonna like it because I don't like Radlers,
There you go.
and it fulfilled my distaste for Radlers. So, I mean, it's not bad. It's just not my thing.
Sure.
So I did like the fizz. It did have a good grapefruit, strong actual flavor to it. I'm gonna wipe out my personal preference. I'm gonna say it's a 3.25.
Oh,
All right.
all right.
Well, that's a very positive rating
Well,
considering
it's
the...
not my preference, but
the,
yeah, I mean, it
negativity
doesn't
in
taste
front.
bad.
I know, right?
It doesn't taste bad. It's just not.
Does the
What
vodka, in your opinion, improve it?
A little bit maybe.
Can't hurt, right?
I mean, this is all I'd ever want to drink of it. I don't want to drink any more of this, but that's just me.
All right. Yeah, I thought on its own it was pretty good. I like grapefruit, so I thought it had a good grapefruit flavor. It was very kind of fresh as far as the grapefruit taste of it. So I thought that was really good. The fizz wasn't too strong. I actually kind of liked it on its own, really, other than the fact that it, the low ABV, but I'm assuming that's consistent
par for the
with
course, yeah.
Radlers. So,
Yeah.
For what it is, I'll give it a 3.5.
All right. I think they're super refreshing, Rattlers in general, and so I tend to enjoy them. This one, kind of what stood out is the soda aspect to it, which is provided a little bit of a different sort of carbonation. The flavors from it is really, the smells were great, and I could sit this on a hot day by the pool or on the lake. I could just pound these one after the other, and at 2.5%, you'll never fill them.
Right.
I mean, it's all day long. I could drink that.
Takes away from the point, though.
Yeah, well, then once
if
you're
it's
like,
an all
okay,
day.
now I need to amp it up a little bit, then you throw something like some vodka or some gin in there because it's a perfect complement to that grapefruit.
Yeah.
So, or if you want to go, champagne or
Ooh,
some
champagne.
mimosa sort of deal,
Well,
do
that
it.
would not be bad with a champagne floater.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Keep that bubble
So-
aspect up.
I'm a fan. I think it's a pretty solid one. If I go out there again, I wouldn't go out there to find it, but if I go out there again, I'll buy it again. So I'll go 3.75.
All right.
Dang.
Matt, what do you say, bud?
Well, you get a nice hearty stout like you and I tend to like, Steven. And like, let me put some hair on your chest. This beer takes the hair off your chest. But
Fair.
I will credit to
Maybe you
their
should drink a little more.
I know, right?
True story.
Ouch, guys. And that was like no hesitation, just like, yup. All right. No, this was execution wise, it was well done. I'm not the target demographic for this. I'm gonna try to keep myself out of my own scoring on it as well, because I'm such a big weight on the scale. But
That's another way of saying he just doesn't count.
Yeah.
thank you, John.
Yeah, I got what you're putting down, buddy. I got you.
But it was well made. It did do. If you do like grapefruit, this is a pretty authentic grapefruit taste. It was nice. It was fresh. It does have that pithy, sour finish to it, though. So if you're not a grapefruit fan, this probably isn't going to turn you into one. But considering what it is, 3.25.
All right.
So from the people who do count, that is a 3.5 average.
That's right.
My mom would
should we
probably like this.
Do a little
She likes
rinsey on
There
that
you go.
before we move on there, John?
Yeah,
you think?
we'll
Not
probably
bad,
should.
not
Yeah,
bad.
I would say yes.
And then,
Might be-
while he does that, we finish ours. Well, yeah, and I was gonna say let's talk about Steve real quick because he's been on the show before and several times, and we've talked about your band and that stuff. But you've got another job that's taken up a lot of time.
I do.
What is that?
Yeah, so I have a side business. It is exterior wood protection. Basically, it was one of the first trades I've ever learned. So I do exterior wood restoration, decks, fences,
Perfect person for me. I
anything
need
that's exterior wood.
Listen, a lot of people need this.
Yeah, so
I
you know,
definitely do at my
I've
house.
put a lot of time in over the years learning proper, process and trades and learning and finding the best stain providers and everything that I can in the country. I feel that I provide one of the better services that are out there. Certainly the stain that backs up my product is something that I can hang my hat on and my warranty. I also do house washing, concrete cleaning, and all that. So, hey, exterior wood protection. I am backed, insured. You can check me out on Facebook. You can email me. You can check out my website at exteriorwoodprotection.com. Would be honored to have your business. Yeah, so.
I follow the Facebook page, and you post all the time. And this was the year I was going to get my pressure washer, and I was going to do my deck real good and do my fence. And well, I got the deck done.
There you go.
And then I got maybe 8 foot of the fence, just one
Yeah.
side. So I'm kind of jealous.
Yeah, it's
I'm gonna shout.
it's one of those things where people kind of balk at the prices until they
Start
then
doing it.
realize how much labor goes into it. So yeah,
It's kind of it's one of those satisfying things to watch.
It is.
when
There's
you're
an
doing it and
instant
you're-
gratification
Yeah.
of the dirt and the mold and all that coming off. And but
Somebody
then,
could make that video just satisfying, gratifying things to watch, and
Right.
that could be on there, 100%.
But then
For
3
sure.
hours later, your arms are numb. You're like, fuck, I should have hired Steve to come protect my wood.
Yeah, yeah. Like the deck and fence I did this weekend was 11 hours straight of staining. So, nobody wants to do that.
No. But Steve, I'll let Steve do my wood anytime.
Yeah, just remember, let Steve come protect your wood.
That's right. My business motto is exterior wood protection. The best protection for your wood. It's true. Go to my website.
And Jordan, all the while, so many jokes I want to make about Steve's exterior wood. But on the bright side, she doesn't make jokes about your interior wood, so that's probably good for you.
That's
Hey,
bud.
there you go.
So, moving on.
Sorry, if you're feeling Tyler's role, you gotta get your jokes poked at you,
Hey,
man.
I completely understand.
Oh, I've been dying this whole time.
Brett says,
my God.
Brett's on. What's up, Brett? He says his deck
Brett.
needs gratification.
Is that right?
Well, most men who do have a deck do want gratification.
Is that a big old deck, though, Brett? How big is that deck?
That's a big deck.
And how dirty is that deck?
That's clear.
Big old dirty deck. That's the worst.
Yeah, you gotta keep your deck clean.
Yeah, for sure.
No one likes a dirty
There's
deck.
nothing worse than
and not
finding
just
out.
every 3 or 4 years.
And if you've got some landscaping around that deck, you need to keep that trimmed.
Yeah,
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have a clean deck.
That's right. If it grows over, you start getting mold and
It just makes that deck look
things
smaller.
That's right. Yeah, well, yeah. That's right. Trim the hedges, bigger deck.
A clean deck and trim bushes, huh? That's the lessons here.
Hey, that's we should start like a home ownership guide.
Yeah, I work for a homeowner. I've done both. So yeah, I got
Pass it out with
that.
every.
Still only 2 beers. Let's see how the
All
rest
right.
is.
many.
So moving
So
on.
many.
Let's keep the party moving.
Last
here.
one, Brett says the neighbors like his deck.
Oh, well. There you go.
Show a lot of people, do you?
All right. Next on the list.
Takes a lot of
is,
pictures of it.
Hey, shows that thing off, man. Every chance he gets. Look at this deck. Says Brett. To random passerbys.
To see Steve's deck, follow him on Facebook.
That's right.
I hate those unsolicited deck pictures, though.
yeah.
When people start showing me how nice their new deck is, I'm like,
Well, a new deck.
yeah.
Wow.
Oh.
When they got that deck, that additional deck, they added on, they extended.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
yeah.
that is the world we live in. Had a bush, now have a deck. So, Listerman Brewing Company.
Yeah, I remember one.
Yeah, that was it. That was
That's
it.
the one.
There's nothing left to joke now.
Yep.
God, but don't do. Never mind.
Listerman Brewing Company. This is the Hell's... I can't even say this.
Hellas
Ranch.
Roche?
Roche. I don't know.
I thought
This
it was
is
like
a
Rush.
smoked Munich lager, 5.6%.
Roush.
Nearly 200 years ago, as Europe raved over the Pilsners, blah, blah. All right, here we go.
It's
Great story, yeah. That's about, I think, the appropriate amount of that story.
Yeah, exactly. So,
See
We,
if I like this or not.
we have been having some bad luck with Listerman lately. This is, I think, a little more getting back to their roots. So we'll see if this one might, get them going back in the direction they once were. Is this something that's newer, John? Did you get this when you were over there?
I got this over in Cincinnati, so.
So this is pretty fresh too. So okay, this might be a best shot at them getting a good shot again.
Let's see. I think their new
Tyler,
best
you're
bet is the
welcome.
mead. Yeah. Tyler, if you want to try the Radler, I have more of them. And I figure you don't like Golden, so we're good there. And this is Listerman, you won't give a shit. All right, cool.
Oh wait, were you trying to avoid beers for Tyler? I thought we were just grabbing stuff. It's just whatever's in the front of the fridge, right?
You're right. Well, you know what?
yeah,
We're work
with that.
spouses. We got to watch out for each other.
all right.
You guys are work wives. I keep forgetting.
Okay, maybe I'm not gonna like this.
Yeah, you look forward to this.
I know. Well,
This
there's
is
nothing
a
really.
smoked
beer.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
kind
I
of.
know.
Yeah, the smoke smells pretty good.
Yeah,
See if it
it's
tastes good.
kinda
Oftentimes it
campfirey.
can be overpowering, though. This does not.
It
Actually.
smells campfirey.
No. It's not very smoky to the nose.
It's on the tongue, but not crazy.
No, it's a pleasant amount
Very,
of smoke,
very
both
mild.
olfactory and tongue leak.
No.
In fact, I don't know that I would have even noticed it was a smoke lager.
Oh, I can definitely taste the smoke.
Yeah,
I
but
can definitely smell it too.
Primeval up in Noblesville, they make us a Roush beer, and it's award winning, but it's so smoky. So for what it is 100% what it should be, but I can't drink it.
It's too much.
It's too much. This for a smoked beer, I could drink.
Yeah, this is like a more like after the fact, like after flavor of smoke, more than a upfront smoke.
Yeah,
It's kind
It
of
doesn't
lingers
have
a little.
that like liquid smoke fake taste to me. Anyways, it doesn't.
Yeah, I know, which is really like impressing me because I feel like a lot of the Listerman stuff that we have had, part of our
Fake.
gripe with them is it's got a lot of that artificial flavor-ness to it, and this one seems very official. Not artificial. What's that one? Authentic.
I really like the aroma of it.
Yeah,
Honestly.
like I think it's got a good taste, but I think the smell's even better because still you get the
smells
smoke,
campfire.
but it's like extinguished campfire. We're just getting that remnants of
Yeah.
smoke still coming off. Like
the next morning. When
yes,
it's still kind of
I was gonna say you get because
Yeah,
I
I get
camp a
that.
lot.
Like the next
The
morning when it's still just
lingering-
kind of like it's just like smoldering. The coals are just smoldering a little bit.
Yeah.
it tastes clean. It's crisp.
Good
right.
analogy.
Yeah. See, this is more the Listerman that I fell in love with, and that's why. And they did a lot of the heavier stuff, darker stouts, and they didn't have as many adjuncts. So now I got maybe a little proof that that's the stuff that I liked, and this is what they can do. They just got to stop leaning so heavy into adjuncts and artificial flavors.
Yeah,
Get back to your roots, Listerman. I miss you.
yeah. This is the best Listerman we've had in a while.
Yeah, I like died on that hill too many times to keep defending him, but this has given me a little life back in that fight.
Steve, you go first, buddy.
I do. I like it. Not as smoky as I thought it would be, but that's okay. Again, kind of like golden ales and lagers. I'm not the biggest fan, but that doesn't mean I still can't appreciate them for what they are. Yeah, easy to drink, nothing negative. I don't know. It's not necessarily my type of drink, but for what it is, I'll give it a 3.25.
Okay.
Mr. Hog, does anyone call you Mr. Hog?
No, it's mostly Davenport.
Okay, well, that's gonna be Mud Hog B&Q. Like Mr. Hog would have to be the
Boss hog.
Yes, sir. Did you have a question?
Roscoe P. Coltrane.
That's right.
Them dango dupos. You were as you were Mr. Hog.
What?
As you were Mr. Hog.
No, I thought you had a question for me.
Well, yeah, you answered it. You said Davenport. No, it's not Mr. Hog. But I'm gonna start Mr.
That was your
Hog.
question?
I'm gonna start Mr. Hog in you.
He was gonna say something, but he got distracted. I think.
Did, yeah. I did.
Squirrel. What?
Yeah,
100%.
exactly.
So I've been back and forth on this beer. It's really good. I would 100% drink it again. Like, I don't know if I would, if I was down in Cincinnati and I saw it, I might buy one. I don't know if I'd buy a 4-pack, but I'd be like, oh yeah, this was good. I would do that. And for a Roush beer, I don't really drink them, so this one's probably one of my more preferred Roush beers, so I've been back and forth with my score. But I'll go 3.5 on this one. It's really good. But it's just hard for me to, I'm not going to ever search out a Roush beer, I think, so.
That's fair. It's same thing like we've talked about the lagers and the pilsners. Like most of the time, it's gonna be hard to get to a 4 just because it's that Bob Couch beer.
Yeah.
You know, it's like it tastes good, but it's not as different enough to like award searching it out a lot.
Yeah. Jen.
Yeah, I've never had a Roush beer before. Never even heard of one before, but I actually really enjoyed the flavor of it. The aroma was nice. The smoke was just enough. It was nice and lingering. I don't even know if I could drink a whole can of it though, because I think after a while it might be a little too much. It would just build up on your palate. Maybe be too smoky after a while, unless you were eating like maybe like barbecue or something. It might feel really good into that space. Yeah, it's solid. I really am actually kind of impressed since every Listerman I've had in the last probably year have been awful.
Oh my.
So yeah, I would probably go with a 3.5 as well.
All right.
There we are. 3.5 average.
3.5 average.
Matt.
I'm gonna go a little over just because I'm getting the pants that Listerman did something that was good again and back to their traditional roots, and I liked the amount of smoke that was there, both nose and flavor. It was there, but it wasn't overwhelming. Like John said, like a lot of them, they're like just really strong with that smoke.
Oh yeah.
So I'm gonna give this a 3.75. Good job, Listerman.
There you go.
Yeah.
Keep doing more of that.
Golf clap.
Well, we prepare for the last beer of part 1. Excited. We went to a beer fest on Saturday.
A mini beer fest
Mini beer fest
at
I almost went to that.
a tap room.
at a tap room, and which featured Two Beerded Guys favorites such as Windmill Brewing and Hopler Brewing, and a fairly new one to us, foreign local. Mm-hmm. But I think
Chris informed me that the brewer there was formerly at Windmill.
at Windmill,
Yeah, so
did say
it's
that.
still kind of keep it in the
Local?
family.
foreign
That's-
local,
Where are they from?
up north.
Yeah,
That's
it's
the
up
name
north.
of the brewery is Foreign Local.
Yeah, yeah.
Interesting.
I've never heard of them before.
Sounds like a band name more than a brewery.
They had
Right?
they had probably the worst beer there, and then they had a really good stout there too.
Yeah, the stout I was pretty impressed with.
And then they had this super red fruity pebble beer that had like a bunch of fruity pebbles in it. So as you drank it, you'd get like watered down fruity pebbles.
Chunks?
Yeah, it was gross. Yeah.
I respect them
Mouthfeel
for-
on that was chunky.
I respect them for trying it.
Yeah.
The mouthful.
Mouthfeel was chunky on that one.
Yeah.
But one of the, and we'll get more details, but we did see the release of Is This the Real Life?
Ooh.
So
And what's that, John?
this is the Two Bearded Guys
Yeah.
Hop Lore collaboration.
Oh.
I've seen it.
That is
Very
the
nice.
barley wine, English barley wine style L. So it looks like it's all of our mugshots on the label.
Right. I like it.
But yeah, super excited for that. We had a taste of it. It's really good. We will post on there how you can find more
Is
and where
barrel
it will be
aged?
at.
It's been barrel
This
aged,
is not
right?
the barrel aged.
Oh, it's
He
not.
is barrel aging.
That's
though.
what I thought.
There's some that
thought-
is barrel aging.
Okay.
I thought Stephanie was doing that.
Look at
Super
you
excited.
guys, man.
See, we got our logo. Our
I know,
logo.
this is why I
I
feel
know,
we're
I saw
officially
that.
have arrived and now we are legitimized as
That
we
is
have collaborated on a
fantastic.
beer. It's got our faces and logo on it. This is official shit, people.
Yeah. So we
We're not just playing games here, people.
Yeah, we're not just drunks on,
real.
on internet anymore. Now we've done
This is
something.
the real life.
this is the real life.
Shit is for real.
Woo!
True story.
So we will make sure we blast out exactly where you can buy that beer at. So right now, probably just up north at Hoplore, but
Yeah, I think Saturday was the release day,
Yeah.
if I'm not mistaken, even at their locations up there. So,
it's delicious.
yeah, I really enjoyed it. I'd say serve more at room temp than chilled, though.
Yeah.
Because it came out cold when, because obviously Steph had to travel it cold, but when I got it warmed up, that thing kind of opened up quite a bit.
And I think we have enough barley wine style L's that we could probably do a whole episode of just barley wines. I know Tyler.
He's going to fight
Got
kicking and
hard.
screaming,
Yeah, well, he would be super excited.
He'll be
about that.
sick for that day too, huh?
No, that's his favorite style.
Yes, no, that's
favorite
his
style.
favorite.
Oh,
Yeah,
sorry.
if we had that scheduled and he didn't make it and we just still drank it, oh, I'd love to see the look on his face.
You know what?
I mean, that'd be
He'd probably
terrible.
be like unfriend.
He would schedule it and then have to miss it.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
that is true.
That's what happens.
Baseball.
Or wedding.
Right?
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Moving on.
Hey, on the bright
Last-
side, all of us
last
have to be
one.
married by now, right? Like, he's only got so many friends. They're all not, they all gonna be married by this point.
Except you.
Oh, no, that's not happening anytime soon.
They're
It's also assuming they're friends.
That's true.
Sorry,
Yeah,
Tyler.
sorry. Didn't mean to speak for you, man. I'm sorry.
Tyler.
I know there's an assumption, but
I'm just
you know.
trying to hold up your end
They're
of the
just work
being an asshole on the show.
They're just work acquaintances. So.
I love you, brother.
That was a well play there.
All right, guys. Last on the list here for the first part of the segment is Hoosier Brewing. It is a West Coast double IPA. And this was the Indie Independent Relief Fund, back on track to serve those who serve us.
So, this
Perhaps-
somehow made it on our shelf of beer that was like more recent, but I don't know where we got this from, and I'm a little scared this is probably 2 or 3 years old for a double IPA.
Yeah, it says out of production on Untapped, so.
Yeah, sorry guys, sorry Hoosier, but we needed to drink it.
Yeah,
and
I'm like,
tonight's
what are
the
those
night.
slopes? Maybe some chunks in that one. Maybe. We'll see.
Back to the Turn of Bunker Sports Hurling.
Yes,
Why Tyler is not here is he is at home practicing for his hurling competition.
yes, and Jen sounds like she wants to be a participant as well. So
Which, if I understand how the game is played, John, correct
good.
me. The goal is that each contestant lays on their back on the ice in an egg position. Their partner spins them until they
Of
decide
course,
to
you pour all
hurl,
the chunks
and
in
whoever
one.
launches the furthest is the winner.
Russell,
Is that
did
not
you
correct?
take notes, Russell? Because that is exactly how that works. We'll get a script written
You are
up.
my
Those-
friend.
those are the
You're not my
official
friend
rules,
no
right?
more.
Those are
I
the
don't
official
think we have any
rules.
chunks going on here.
Yeah, no chunks.
No, you dumped the
Also,
whole
this
bottom
is
of the can in my glass.
7.9% alcohol.
So even for a double, slightly on the low side. I
West
almost made it
Coast.
8.
Yeah, I was gonna say, oh, that's not too bad, but yeah, double's supposed to be 8, right? Like, that's the line of saying.
I still got a decent nose on it. I mean, if it's as old as I'm assuming, kind of impressed with the
See if
nose
there's
that's
any
still on
kind of
there.
born on
No.
date.
I looked earlier.
loved, yeah.
No.
It is said on Untapped. It is said out of production. But
production.
I don't even remember seeing that on their like Facebook releases or anything. Because all they typically do anymore are just the fruited sours. It seems like.
I have a thought. I want you guys to go first. Like,
Reasonably smooth.
Flavor's dropped out a little bit, but it's not bad.
I'm almost getting like a soapy flavor. Is that just me?
I put hand sanitizer in your cup.
Well, that explains it.
I'll say no. I can see maybe where you come from on it, but
Maybe you aren't familiar with
that
lager.
mouthfeel is a little bit like soapy water
Something. I
mouthfeel,
don't taste soap.
but I don't taste soap. It's more of a mouthfeel.
Yeah. It's almost like the foam
Yeah.
kind of has that. Yeah.
Russell says, John, he wrote it down. It will be part of this year's Winter Bunker Olympics.
Love it. Love
So
it.
Tyler's just prepping early. And Dr. Drew's on. Says, what's up? What is up, Drew?
What's up, Dr. Drew?
Hi, Drew.
Fun we didn't get to see you Saturday, man.
Yes, but also make sure you inform our viewers of where we can buy Is This the Real Life? Because we're going to make sure we blast that out there.
Great. It'll be all over my Facebook feed.
Yeah, he says, want barley wine? We got barley wine.
All over her face. Book feed, she said.
Jonathan.
All right.
If you could record the sound of my eyes rolling, it would be.
Hey,
Would it be kind of like the sound of a bowling ball going down an alley?
It's not that bad, but.
All right.
It's going to be me first.
Yeah.
Russell says Tyler's prepping for the Jamaican bobsled team. Cool runnings. Why have we not done that? Oh, we haven't had a theme for that one yet.
Yeah, not yet.
Oh, Sport Month. That's another one we could do.
That is a
Sport
good
movie
one.
month?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a
God,
lot
there's
of-
so
there's
many
so
sport
many.
movies, though.
That'd be tough.
I mean, well, yeah, there's so many
Rudy!
Arnold movies. We had to pick 4 for a month, so I'm sure we could do the same thing with sports.
Major
All right.
League.
Didn't you have?
We already did
Didn't you
Major
have a
League.
Tom Hanks
Did you?
one too?
Yeah. No one can seem to find it, though.
Tom Hanks one? 'Cause that'd be
We did
hard
do
to-
Tom Hanks one.
Because that'd be hard to pick too, because there's so many good Tom Hanks movies.
I think we did pretty good.
We did.
I'm
God,
also-
let's talk about it. Or, I mean, may as well. Our Two Bearded Guys Drunken Movie Reviews, courtesy Turfs Up Radio, your industry, your station.
Our drunken reviews.
Yes. All right. Really, well, not the last couple because we've been missing. But after every Monday night show, typically we like to talk about a specific movie of the week, give ourselves homework, and then after several hours of drinking, the three of us on a podcast actually will talk about that movie. And if you're looking for deep insight and artistic value and all that, yeah, that's the wrong place. If you're looking for drunken people arguing and making fun of each other and talking about a movie, maybe sometimes that's your style.
It's more like somewhere between drunk college kids and drunk dads at a bar just arguing over a movie.
Yeah, no, that's about right. But yeah, find it on Turfs Up Radio wherever you listen to podcasts at.
There you go.
Also, recommendation. I thought about this one as well, George. You said musical movie month, but only if she's invited.
Oh, I would hate that month.
I know.
Yeah.
It's
Hey,
like,
Jordan, you can sub for me.
I know John's gonna hate it, but we could do
Like
cool stuff too, though.
musicals or like
Doesn't Tyler like
because like
musicals?
Dirty
Tyler
Dancing,
does.
plays like Dirty
then
Dancing's
Tyler
not a
and
musical.
Jordan
but-
can
I can kind of do one like because we just have to skew it right. Like you could do Pink Floyd's The Wall, John. We could do.
White Christmas.
You could do Rock of Ages.
White
Rock of
Christmas is my
Ages. I forgot
favorite
about that
music.
one.
At
That's
least
an
has
actual
decent
We could do
music. No, I know.
Rocky Horror Picture Show.
No, that is the worst movie.
You'd leave. I'll start scoring.
I
for
had to
you.
be drunk to watch a movie. It's like after the first like
It is drunken
half,
movie review.
I know. After the first like half hour, I'm just
kinda
like,
what
this is
we're going for
awful.
here.
I mean, the last third is where it starts kind of getting really off the rails, but the first
Yeah.
2/3 makes up for it. And by that point, you're
Correct.
drunk enough you don't care.
I mean,
Correct.
because
If you're
the
watching it
budget should
properly.
count, they watch music videos. I mean, you know.
Beavis and Butthead?
Speaking of, have you seen the new Beavis and
No,
Butthead
I've
movie?
heard about
Is
it.
it out?
It is
'Cause people-
fucking hilarious.
I heard people complaining
Okay.
though because they said, "Well, I was half expecting them to like, throw in like music videos and them talking over it like at some point in the movie, and they didn't do it at all."
No, but they stuck to the roots of like what they were originally
Mike
about,
Judge?
like the actual humor and the jokes and everything. Like they didn't try to.
Did Mike Judge do it still?
Yeah.
Did he?
They didn't try and like
Nice.
make it new age. Like they stuck to why that shit was funny.
Is the animation
And
still the
Jordan
same?
will tell you, and I'm a proud parent to say that my 4.5-year-old also watched it with us, and she now is imitating Beavis and Butthead.
That's
It's
amazing.
very proud. In fact, she is now
Yay.
requesting to watch it. It's a very proud moment as a father.
That's a good one, yeah.
Yeah,
That's a pin
it's
in the
funny.
lapel there.
Highly recommend it.
Where's that one on?
It's on what's it called?
HBO or
Paramount Plus.
Paramount Plus.
Yeah,
Okay.
Paramount
Oh,
Plus.
I knew it was
is
coming. I
where
didn't realize it came out already. So
Yes.
I was,
Is it still the kind of same animation style as what
Yo,
it was
yeah,
in the 90s?
yeah,
Like
yeah,
they didn't
yeah.
change any, like
Yeah.
clean it up or anything?
No. It's amazing. Fantastic.
Because I'm like, oh, I don't want them to like, clean up the bad
No.
animation stuff, 'cause that
That's
would be even
why it
better.
was so good, is because they didn't try and fix
Didn't
something
reinvent
that
the
wasn't
wheel.
broken.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
they just
That's good.
It was fantastic. All right,
That's good.
back to where we are
Yes,
at.
this-
We have a Hoosier Brewing. For a reminder, we are so far away. Hoosier
Yeah, that's
Brewing.
good.
Welcome to
Bring
the
it back.
show.
He's doing good.
West Coast Double IPA, 7.9%. This was a part of the Indie Independent Relief Fund. Great job, Hoosier Brewing.
And honestly, it's probably a couple years old. Flavors dropped out a little bit, but it's a solid IPA, and it kind of makes me wish that we would have drank a little bit more fresh. I enjoyed it. It's going to be hard to give it any more than a 3, so I'm going to give it a 3. But if we had drank it fresh, it would have gotten a better score, no doubt. That's shame on us. Being a West Coast double, you get that nice mouthfeel, that kind of soft, pillowy sort of mouthfeel. And with the hops dropping out, you're not getting quite that piney that Tyler would love, that piney grassy dank. But you could tell it was there. It's just not as strong.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go with 3.
I appreciated the fact that it seems like most doubles are a little sweeter. I don't know if because it's a West Coast style.
Well,
I guess West Coast
double
is more like
IPAs
the
use more grain, which has more sugar.
right. But this, I didn't taste any sweetness because I don't typically like doubles and triples.
Yeah.
Probably for that fact of I don't like the over sweetness of it. This didn't have that. I thought it was, perfectly fine IPA. I was happy there was no chunks in the bottom of my glass since it's kind of
Yeah.
supposedly
Aged.
What do you give it?
Yeah, aged. Yeah, it was fine. I'd say 3 as well.
All right, I'm kind of on the same boat.
Cutting me off.
It was a good drink. Like I said, it'd be nice to try it when it was a little fresher. But
We don't have the wrap it up button on the show. That's the problem.
Wrap
when
that
you go
shit
like
up,
this.
B. All right, guys. Average score of 3. Matt, what do you say, bud?
I don't know. There was a funky off taste on there in the finish for me. I'm going to dog it down to 2.75.
All right.
It might have just been me, but it did not give me a good finish.
Do you taste soap when you eat cilantro too?
No.
Oh, okay. I was just wondering if there was that weird.
Fine question. But Drew's is nominated. Dr. Drew says Flash Gordon. That movie is almost unfinishable.
Yeah.
I apologize in advance, Drew. I love the soundtrack, but that's the only thing it's got going for it.
Yeah, that is a
And
rough
Timothy
movie.
Dalton for the 5 minutes he's in it. He also says, still want a case of Is This the Real Life for Yourselves?
Yes.
I think we would love that if that's still on the table, Dr. Drew. That'd be very much appreciated,
Case for
sir.
each guy, or
I'm assuming it's a case for all of us to divvy up. I think that'd be too
Yeah.
getting
Too
in there for
generous.
everybody. Yeah. I'm down to
But yes.
Yeah. That'd be more than expected and highly
That'd be
appreciated,
4 for
sir.
both of you, or 3 of you. So it's not bad.
There you go. All right,
Not
average
bad day's
score
work.
of 3. And that wraps up the first half. We will be returning with Braxton Brewing's Black Raspberry Chocolate Stout.
Ooh, see, he's doing a tickler out there. He's leaving a teaser.
Ooh, a little
Tickler.
teasler.
Right.
Yeah, Tyler, take notes,
Teasler.
man.
It's a teasler.
Oh, teasler. I kind of like
Yeah.
that. Oh, I hate to say it. Yeah.
Because it's me.
Stefan says Sapinin Kids.
What?
Sappinin. Am I missing something there? Sapinin.
Sapinin?
Or
Sounds like
was
an
he
ass style.
Are you butt messaging us, Stefan?
Yeah, exactly. Like,
Might need some clarification there, but
Yeah, sort that out on the break. We'll figure it out.
yeah. We're back. Give us about 5.
Yeah. So BRB officially.
BYBC.
Oh, I see what you did. So then we have and welcome back to hour 2 of Two Beerded Guys, where the music and intro gets heavier, and typically so do the beers. I said typically.
It's gonna get
Yet to be seen.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know what that
All
middle
right.
one is. So.
I am super
Oh.
stoked for this one.
All right, Stefan pulled the cool kid card. He's like, it's sappenin', as in what's happening, kids.
Oh,
See,
yeah.
we just needed that.
We
like,
ain't
Yeah,
woke.
Yeah,
We
we
ain't
need that
woke.
like
We ain't cool.
40-year-old or older talking down to us in like the whitest bread
That's right.
voice, like, oh, what is up, my homies?
Yeah.
Oh my god, I'm not gonna call him.
I noticed that you're gangster. I'm pretty gangster myself, you know.
That's right. That's right. West Side. All right. Now that we've shown all our whiteness, let's
Stefan,
move
how did
forward.
the festival, the mini fest end up for you, man? See enough faces, get some beers poured, get any good feedback on anything, have some fun.
Yeah, hopefully so.
Any of the above, all the above, hopefully.
Futuro pizza was amazeballs.
Oh my god,
So
I
good.
still haven't had them yet.
Who's this?
Futuro.
Where are they at?
Over by
Actually, over
Kismetic.
Indiana City.
Kismetic.
Which is
Downtown.
Near
They
East
deliver
Side
to
downtown.
Kismetic.
I work downtown, so
Yeah, near East Side.
okay.
So I had learned that there is more than one style of deep dish. Like I'm like the Chicago deep dish,
Right.
like the thin crust, all the
there's
cheese and
Detroit.
toppings. And then I had to learn that Detroit is like the pan. I'm like, well, that's not deep dish. It's just pan. Like, no, it's
No,
Detroit
it's
deep dish. I'm like,
Detroit.
no, that's wrong. Chicago
No.
is deep dish. This is pan pizza.
No.
And I lost that battle. I was outvoted.
No. Detroit pizza is made in like old, like the pans that was
Oil
created
pans.
in was in old oil pans from the factories in Detroit.
So they're well seasoned.
Yeah.
Which, let the record show, I am a Chicago style deep dish, not a
fuck
Detroit,
Chicago.
but that was good pizza from Futuro. So that was quite tasty.
I'll have to check them out.
We did the meatball
Jets
pizza,
has- Jets has
but then we
good
added red onion
Detroit style too.
and giardiniera.
Nice.
That was good.
Oh yeah, there's Jets too. Yeah, I've
I
had.
know I love Jets.
Again, I
Jets is tasty.
respect them both.
All right, guys. Well,
Gotta
breaking
get
into the next round, we are starting off with Braxton Brewing. This is a black raspberry chocolate chip stout.
By graders.
7%.
I'm assuming
Super,
it's the-
super excited. This
it's
delicious
the
beer
Grader's
is
ice cream.
dominated by black raspberry overtones with fresh chocolate and a very slight roast in the finish that every great milk stout should have. A reasonable addition of lactose makes this slightly sweeter stout, just like your favorite ice cream.
Graders
With
does
that
have good ice
said,
cream.
let's
Yeah,
fucking
if
drink
you've
it.
never had
You know,
Grader's ice cream and
Grader's
you can go
ice cream
get it,
is
you need to
delicious.
treat yourself and get some.
Yeah.
They're all French pots that they use for those, and their chunks of chocolate and their chips are gigantic.
They don't make my favorite style anymore.
What's that?
Ice
Bourbon
cream?
ball.
I never
The bourbon ball
saw it.
ice cream was so good.
Speaking of ice cream, so have any of you ever been to Sundays?
No.
No.
A
Sunday
big
Fundays.
shout out to Sundays. If anybody out there's watching them, they're at 79th and Fall Creek Road. They make
There's
the
one in
most
Zionsville. There's
amazing
one in
locally made
Whitestown.
ice cream. It is the shit. If you've never been there, go check them out.
Duly noted.
BYBC says
and
no,
if you
but
like
it's fine.
coconut,
Gross.
oh man. Well,
You lost
for
some-
those who do,
do
they
like
make
coconut.
a basic coconut, and they also do an almond joy, which is
Even
freaking
grosser.
Almonds
fire.
and chocolate and coconut.
Yeah, but they do
Yeah.
tons of other flavors that are amazing, and yeah, it's just kick ass. Check them out.
So we went to 2 different places in Baltimore for ice cream.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's like you've been to multiple towns lately, John. I don't even know
Yeah,
if
for
we
ice
your
cream.
sense exploration.
Did
Where
you have ice cream in
2 of the beers
Cincinnati,
tonight
too?
come from.
So in Baltimore, our first night out there, went to Waffy Waffle,
Waffy.
which is basically they do homemade waffles and ice cream sundaes.
I did see your picture.
So they throw the waffles in with the ice cream sundaes.
So
and
Brooklyn was in heaven.
Yeah.
Picture
She
looked
loved
nice.
it. And the only time I got ice cream was with Brooklyn. Brooklyn's an ice cream fiend. And then
the percentage on this?
7.
second time we got ice cream was at a place called the Charmery. And it's a Baltimore ice cream place. They had
Oh.
different Baltimore themed ice creams based off like Edgar Allan Poe. So we got a very dark chocolate ice cream that was fantastic. So
Was it called the Raven?
it was. I was sitting there. I paused for a second
Maybe
and
it
just
was
tried to
called the
remember the
writing
name,
desk.
and I couldn't remember the name. But it is an Edgar Allan Poe name. I just can't remember it.
The
My
Telltale
bad.
Cream? No, that doesn't sound right.
Ew.
Oh,
Yeah.
It was
God.
based off the Telltale. Yeah, telltale chocolate or something. Yeah.
John, initial thoughts here?
I haven't tasted it yet.
Oh, well.
Well, I'm going to ruin this for him, but I'm going to go ahead and dive into my initial letdown.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
very disappointed in
It
this.
smells sour.
It's not. You get a lot of
No
the black
flavor.
blackberry or black
I don't taste
raspberry.
anything.
Well, I was going to say, I thought it lacked the flavor of the fruit.
Well, not a lot, but that's the prominent flavor. There's no chocolate at all.
I think it's very watery tasting.
It's a bit watery. It's a thin body
this
for
like,
a stout. 'Cause this is supposed to be a
outdated or
stout,
something?
right?
It is.
I mean,
Stout
it's
should make
a
a
milk
difference.
stout, but it's a what 7.5%, so it should be
7%.
Oh yeah, milk stout at that
Brewed
percentage.
with lactose, cocoa nibs, and raspberry puree.
There
don't
should
even
be a
taste any
borderline thick beer here.
lactose.
Like
I don't taste sweet. I don't taste chocolate. I don't taste.
I get a bit o berry.
I get a bit of berry. I get a bit of roast.
Maybe some roast, yeah, but I get no chocolate, no berry.
And I go back to my statement before the show that Braxton is either pretty good or pretty meh, and this is a pretty meh.
I've typically enjoyed them, and this one's disappointing me.
Yeah.
I've had enough of Braxton where initially I had a lot of the I typically enjoyed, and then I think the more that you explore with them, you're gonna get a lot more mehs. So they're a hit or miss place for me. I want the best. It's a cool place. I like it. They
Yeah.
do
Actually,
cool
it
stuff.
is a cool place.
And I applaud the things that they do, especially when they had the lab that was still in
The
the
lab
party
was
source.
awesome.
Like they're just doing crazy shit, like throwing everything against a beer wall and see what stuck. Like that was awesome.
When you think
But-
about Grader's ice cream and the
The creaminess,
thickness and the creaminess,
the mouthfeel.
you can't have a beer collaborate with them and not
get that
replicate that
creamy
mouthfeel.
Yeah, you not get that like.
Well, especially in milk stout.
Melted
Milk stouts
ice
usually
cream.
have that creamy like
Right.
mouthfeel and a little thicker. And
I was really
I've had one of the
expecting-
greater beers before. I don't think it was black raspberry, and I feel like I was similarly
I had pumpkin pie.
unimpressed, I guess I should say, or lack thereof impressed. Like, and that's why I didn't bring it back when I brought some other greater beers that I had brought prior, because those are the ones like I couldn't drink those on draft, so I brought the ones that I couldn't. And I feel like we were kind of meh on a lot of those, but
Yeah.
I still like Braxton. Just it's not my like, hey, someone should definitely go there and check it out place.
I think if you're there, you should stop by. But
Yeah.
yeah, I wouldn't make a trip for it, I guess.
I kind of feel the same way about Rhinegeist. I know boo hiss unpopular opinion, but it's a really neat hangout spot. I like the
I've heard the
location.
building is really great,
It is. It's really. You go up some stairs and it's got like a whole really
but their beer's just kind of
industrial open area that's got a bunch of picnic tables and like 18 rows of cornhole. And they got 2 different bars. Then you can go up upstairs to the roof. There's a rooftop bar up there. So location is awesome. Cool hangout place. Right off of OTR. But their beers, for me, none of them ever really rang my bell. But I would just go to hang out with friends at the area because it's a cool place.
Yeah, that's what I've heard as well.
Steve, what other thoughts you got on it?
Well, I'm let down. This was I was anticipating this
Yeah.
beer.
Nothing's worse than picking your most anticipated. And it's the one that lets you down.
I mean,
right?
I guess it lacks a lot of things. It lacks the mouthfeel. It lacks the black raspberry. It lacks the chocolate. I mean, it doesn't taste bad
No.
per se.
But if it's
But-
on the can and it's
But
not
it
in the
has,
can,
but it has
TBG
it has
rules.
no prominent features, I guess, as
Yeah.
a taste. It's like everything's just kind of there. Yeah, I give it.
Jin's
I
gonna
just
go.
am not. I'm not overly impressed.
he was passionate in his moment, John. Just let him speak his truth.
Yeah.
You want to speak your truth? You want to go? What's your score, Steve? Sorry, I got bullied into it.
I give it a.
He's on a roll. You interrupt the man's roll.
I give it a 2.5.
I'm gonna give it a 2.5. That's where I was at. Not bad. I'll drink it. It's just not what's on the can.
Nope. False advertisement. Come on, Braxton. Step up your game.
Yeah. Maybe not. I mean, they're much.
That shame and disappointment.
So since I got totally skipped, I'm gonna go ahead and speak my truth.
There she is. See, it's your turn now.
Let's hear it. Preach.
So yeah, it was just disappointing. Grader's ice cream, I think like melted ice cream, at least have that like kind of milky texture, yumminess like you get at the end, like that bottom scoop of the bowl after the ice cream's melted and everything.
Mm-hmm.
This was watery. It basically just tasted like a really basic stout.
Shit,
Like
sweet.
super, yeah. It wasn't sweet. It had no flavor. Just like I said, basic stout.
Listen, if you want to do some sort of soft serve ice cream beer,
But it doesn't say
get
it has
a
ice
get a
cream
damn
in
it or get a whip. Hop lore from Hop lore.
Yeah, whip.
Like you taste that stuff,
Those
and
whips.
that is ice cream in a can.
Kiwi
Who
lime
is-
whip this week.
Hop
Was
lore.
it good?
Oh yeah.
Oh, we had it at the last beer fest. It was good
Oh,
then.
what?
It was good again now.
Yeah.
I got this the wrong way. Sorry.
So it is.
Reasons.
It's fantastic, and that's how you do ice cream in a
Yeah,
beer.
they do.
And unfortunately, Braxton did not.
So,
Well,
yeah,
let's
I would give
move
it, I would
on.
give it a
Well-
2.5 as well.
Yeah, there you go. Sorry.
You took that
Steven?
long? I watched
And-
well.
and-
No, I got
came
skipped.
back.
No, I got skipped
Yeah.
Get
over.
skip.
Yeah, it was my turn.
She was
first. I
talking when I
supposed to
walked
go
away, and she was not
Oh,
done
wow.
talking when I came back.
I apologize.
He was preaching. He was
I know.
talking. he
That's
was
what. Well, John
involved.
tried
You
to
can
tell
go
you
first
no.
this
tried.
time.
I
John tried to
tried.
get. And I said, no, he's on a roll. Let him go.
I apologize.
Matt,
Jordan,
you don't count,
I'm so sorry. But you're married to this.
You know what? I wanted to give it a 2.5 like everyone else did, but I'm let down enough because so much stuff was lacking. I'm actually going to 2.25. Like,
Snap.
not a big difference, but the only thing was like a hint of black raspberry, and there wasn't really much flavor elsewise. Like, wasn't creamy, wasn't ice creamy, wasn't thick, wasn't chocolatey,
Wasn't milk stouty at all.
wasn't milky. Like, yeah, it wasn't a bad beer just drinking it, but it wasn't what it was supposed to be.
Total letdown of description.
Yeah.
Just
Broncos
like
and
the
zip
Tinders.
hoodies.
This was my number 2 pick.
At
So I
first
hope
I-
I'm not going to be let down 2 times in a row.
know
When
what
you
this
sat that beer down, your thumb kind of covered up some of the last word. So at first I thought it was Broncos and Zip Hose. I was like, I don't even know what that means, but that's a cool ass
Zip
name.
ties, what?
And then your thumb removed, and it was hoodies. It's like, oh, that's probably less offensive.
So we have Oliver Brewing. This is the Broncos and Zip Hoodies Imperial Brown with Espresso.
Almost my beer of the night selection, so I'm also excited for this.
9% alcohol. This should wake everything up.
Come on,
here.
coffee. Come
So
on, coffee.
This
Be there.
is the third Baltimore beer that we've had tonight.
Come on, coffee.
This
Big
and
money,
this
no
is
whammy.
truly
Yeah,
this is truly
exactly.
a random pick. I didn't have anything from Oliver Brewing. I know nothing about them.
Never heard of them.
I was just trying to complete a mixer sixer, and I grabbed this one. So
Was that at a grocery store or something, or a liquor store?
yeah, it's like a
Grocery
wine
store?
liquor store. Yeah. So
Oh, I just meant like I know some grocery stores have,
yeah,
unlike Indiana.
this was like a smaller total wine type of place.
Gotcha.
All right, so we've got Jordan would like to speak their truth. Says he doesn't listen and he speaks and speaks and speaks. Thank God he's pretty.
Wow.
He's valid for that burn, buddy.
I think that she was going with. She's kind of on my side with this whole situation right now.
All right,
He's
so
like, no.
Hey, hose before bros. I get it.
speaking of Baltimore and beers pouring, John, how was the Baltimore trip?
You know, it
I
was
haven't been there since I was a kid.
it was an interesting experience.
How many
You know,
crab cakes did you get?
he-
How many times did you
Yeah,
almost
how
die?
many
Let's-
crab
let's
cakes? I
cut
only
to the
saw
chase.
two.
there was a third one. Basically, every full day I was there, I was able to get a crab cake and drink some beer. So that was my stated goal.
Nice.
It was a little bit weird because it wasn't quite a vacation.
Yeah, 'cause
Because
you
I was
took
taking
Brookie out
her,
there.
I was taking my daughter to a cross country camp, and
basketball
as I
or
dropped her
something.
off on Monday morning, I didn't pick her up till Wednesday evening. So I was just there by myself.
Had nothing but
Nice.
time.
I had nothing
Good
but
for
time.
Oh,
you.
really? I thought it was like you'd like drop her off daily and
Pick
pick her
her
up
up,
daily.
yeah,
No,
no.
it was the whole
Oh.
time.
No, she stayed overnight there.
She was
so-
on her own. You're on your own in a foreign town. Oh man,
Yeah.
someone signed off on you being by yourself in a foreign town for 3 days.
I know.
You should have went to Inner
did you
Harbor
get a
in
permission slip
Boston,
from Steph?
Baltimore.
the
You should have went
first
to the
day,
aquarium at Inner Harbor.
I wanted to actually.
Oh, that is like the best aquarium ever. That's
So,
childhood memory
the
of mine.
first day probably cured me of my like going out and exploring sort of.
Do you never do that by yourself?
Oh, I typically do.
By yourself?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm totally cool with just going out and lone wolfing it. But so that first day,
Are you Wolfpack of One?
Wolfpack of One,
He got a reference. John got a movie reference. Mark the tape.
I know. I know you
Oh
did.
shit! God damn it.
I was excited too. I was like, oh, I don't know
know.
movies that much, and he got it.
I take back the credit I gave you.
I know.
Continue your story.
Yeah. Okay.
As you
So-
were, Mr. Hogg.
No, so I was like, so my first full day, I dropped Brooklyn off. I'm like, all right. I went home, took a nap, and then I'm like, okay, it's about 11 o'clock. I need to figure out what I'm going to do today. And
Is
I was
that
like,
at night or in the morning?
in the morning.
Okay.
So I was just like,
qualifying
you know,
question,
It
right?
smells.
I told myself I'm going to drink, have crab cakes and drink some beer. So I need to find out what's the crab cake to have. So I go online and I find like, hey, are the top crab cakes in Baltimore, and this is like one of the top ones in the country at a place called Fadley's. And it's in a venue called the Lexington Market, which is one of those indoor
Nice,
market places,
yes.
right? Downtown Baltimore.
Is that the Inner Harbor? Or is that a different
It's
place?
like more downtown Baltimore.
Okay.
So I go
I
there.
assume Inner Harbor's
The
still there.
market's on the east side of the street. The parking garage entrance is on the west side of the street. Parking lot entrance is west side of the street. I go up on the parking garage. I park. I go downstairs. The doors lead out to the east side of the street.
Okay.
So I'm like, all right, cool. So I go out and I walk out the doors and I stop and I say, it's like 1 o'clock in the afternoon, bright and sunny. And I'm just like junkies and hookers. Everywhere. And so I'm like, okay, well, I can go. I'll just go back in. I'll go out the other side of the parking garage. Door's locked. I have no choice. But
The door to go back in the garage is closed. Oh.
So you just have to.
I have no choice.
Have to walk this
I
gauntlet
could have put my head down.
of characters.
Gauntlet of characters.
At least it was afternoon.
staring at me.
Fresh meat. We've never seen him
Like
before.
undressing you with their eyes staring at you, or
No, like
We've never seen this boy
like
before.
they might shank you.
more like that and more like that. Yeah, yeah. I walked by like 3 beautiful, gorgeous women with a couple guys just a little bit down from them, about 10 feet away.
Who do you think they were?
Oh boy, they were beautiful, but I was like, don't make contact. Don't make contact.
You're like, I don't have any cash. Can't pay you. My name is John, but I'm not a John.
I just put my head down and I made it all around, and I made it to
You're
I made it to Fadley's. I got my crab cake, and I was just, all right, this went good. First part of that bad part's done with. Okay, I'm feeling good. This is good crab cake. So started walking around the district, checking out the different shops inside. And then this elderly gentleman comes up to me. He goes, "You a big motherfucker."
Thank you, sir.
And like, did he approach you from the rear? Did your hands instantly go
Yeah,
up?
kind of from the side. And he goes, "Do you wrestle or box?" And I'm like, "No." And so he starts talking to me, and like he's talking at me, and I do one of those kind of
He's no longer
polite
talking to you,
things
he's talking
where
at you now?
I slowly kind of walk away,
just slowly, just kind of inching
just
away.
kind of passively being like,
yeah.
And he just follows me. And then he kind of gets like, he's like, "What are you doing here?" And I'm just like, "Well, I just got in town less than 24 hours ago. I wanted a crab cake. I kind of going on an adventure, checking things out." He's like, "But why here?" He's like, "It's not safe." And then he proceeds to pull up his shirt.
Oh, okay.
It shows me like
Got
all the
stabbed.
stabs and his scars from being shot. And like eventually I was just like,
Was he homeless?
Was he tougher than 50 Cent? Who had more street cred scars?
I think this 65-year-old African American gentleman, I think, had way more.
Was he homeless or?
I can't speak to that. I don't know.
You don't know? Just some random dude.
If you were to put a bet on it, though.
I wouldn't call homeless.
Okay.
But he did ask me. We got towards the end, and I
Between
made it clear,
domiciles, maybe?
And I was just like, hey, I get what you're picking down. I appreciate you. I kind of dabbed him up a little bit, and he's like, "Hey, do you have any cash?" I'm like, "I don't, but I'm going to take off."
Can you say and do the thing you did for when you wetted him a bit?
I dabbed him off. Dabbed him. I got you.
I did not hear it the first time. Yes, dabbed him off.
Yep.
Good
Sure
job,
did.
John.
So I got out of there, and then I learned my lesson. Other than going to Fort McHenry the next day for a little bit, I stayed in my area. I was in the Hampton neighborhood, which is kind of Broad Ripple-like. So it's safe enough for a white dude walking around. I think if you're a female, you want to do the buddy system. You had your random angry homeless guy periodically.
It's Indy.
Yeah, that part of it I was very
now.
comfortable
Yeah, I
with.
know.
So, but yeah, I kind of stayed in my area. I learned quickly.
That's funny.
Interesting.
Yeah, I haven't been to Baltimore since I was probably like.
So what do you think of the Broncos and hoodies?
I'm about to say, that
Honestly,
was a good yarn.
I was talking. I actually haven't even tasted
Yeah,
it.
How about
tasted
this beverage? What did you say it was supposed to be this again, Steven? Sorry.
This is an
Hookers?
Imperial Brown with espresso.
Broncos and hookers?
Just espresso?
Just espresso.
Okay.
Hookers. Based on Baltimore.
Yeah, I know.
They're
Yep.
pretty.
Well, that makes sense. Broncos and hookers.
Yeah, they don't give you anything else
Kind of
other
a lighter.
than 9% Imperial Brown with espresso.
It's kind of what it says it is. It's got a little bit of a better body than the previous beer, but it's not overly thick.
I'm getting a little
Well,
cinnamon.
it's
out of
brown.
And it's brown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which
does
you
make a
should.
difference.
it. An espresso?
Well, the brown.
The brown ale. Espresso's-
The brown.
The brown.
The brat.
The brown.
It's carbonated pretty well. Probably a little bit more than what a brown would normally be, but I don't mind it. It works well. Nice kind of roasty espresso finish to it. Not quite coffee. It's fine. I kind of enjoy it. Gin.
Yeah, the nose on it at first had a little bit of like a pepper, like jalapeno smell to it.
Yeah,
And
at first I thought this was supposed to be
and
like a
I was
Mexican
like,
hot chocolate kind of espresso.
And
or
then once I
something.
tasted
And
it, it tasted completely different than what the nose was. And I'm not mad about this. I like coffee. This is a little sweeter than what I would prefer, but I mean, this is pretty tasty, especially at 9%.
I would concur. Yeah, I actually think it's really good. I was surprised. I'm not a big
nose.
Imperial fan.
nose
Imperials
has a
tend to be
jalapeno smell
overly
to it.
sweet, which I'm not a fan of sweet, so I tend to steer away from Imperials.
he
but-
is going to be Tyler on the next beer.
Yes. Good.
But
Oh God, yeah.
no, it's
Oh,
good.
goodness.
It's good. No, I like it. It it has the cinnamon. It's got all the good things that a brown should have.
Is it
It's
supposed to have
9%.
cinnamon?
I don't know that I've had too many browns that I've got innate cinnamon out of
I
it.
don't
like,
taste
Well,
cinnamon.
more brown sugarish, I guess I should say.
I can see
It's
that.
huge difference.
I could give you that.
There
But
is.
there's so
Huge.
many things that are
Correct.
cinnamon
'Cause it is
and brown
sweet.
sugar. You can, it's
Yes.
you
Yeah.
can correlate
Cinnamon,
it to
I
it.
like cinnamon's because more spicy. It's got more heat to
But
it sometimes.
no, I like
Unless
it. It's really
fake, then
good.
It's awful.
I thought it was going to be a lot sweeter being an Imperial, and it's
Yeah.
not. So that was actually a pleasant surprise.
It's sweet enough for me.
At 9%, it's dangerous because it does
Yeah.
not taste like an.
it
does
is a
not
drinkable
drink like a
9. I do have to give it
9%.
that.
You are correct.
Oh, man.
Way smoother than most 9%.
Yep. Especially when you're getting stories about hookers and
Hey,
drug addicts.
I needed my hoodie that day.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
did. And your Bronco.
It's 1:00 in the afternoon. It was bright and sunny. I didn't expect it.
Hey, Broncos and Zip Hose. Now it makes more sense.
Yeah.
Jennifer, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, it was pretty tasty. I'd probably give it a 3.5.
Okay,
Coming out swinging.
John.
I'm going to go 3.75. I don't think I'm going to search it out,
No.
but
Not.
I'd give it 3.75. It's really good.
I actually will give it a 4.
Whoa, Stefan.
I am. I'm going to boost it up a little bit. Again, for the same reasons. I think it's got a lot of the great Browns are one of my favorite beers,
sneeze.
but being an
I have to sneeze.
Imperial and not being overly sweet and just flavorful, easy to drink, especially at 9%. Man, I would definitely buy this.
Would
Yeah.
you down that? Like right now, maybe?
Oh well, yeah, of course. That and another can, right?
He's wanting to wash the glass. Dear.
I got it at that. So that basically gives us a 3.75.
Yeah.
Currently the highest average of the night.
I didn't even notice that in the lineup earlier, so
Yeah.
I would have saw espresso.
Well, it's
I
a
probably
hoodie.
would have
You're
been.
kind of meant to
Yeah, I know.
be discreet.
If I would have seen it, I probably would have picked that as most anticipated, just for the
Very
espresso
good.
reason.
But I think about, I know we were talking about Baltimore a little bit, and I did visit 3 breweries,
Good for you.
and Full Tilt Brewing is one. Great, awesome, neat place. The beer was ish. So
Sucks.
I brought back a 4-pack of a very expensive Belgian quad, barrel-aged Belgian quad from them.
Isn't that a barley wine? Technically?
Close, yeah.
Okay.
So I'm going out on a limb because the beer actually did not justify me buying it, but
You saw the Belgian quad and you were
Yeah.
like, yeah.
yeah. Then I went to a brewery called Nepenthe, which is on the end of the 36th Street area that I hung out at. So, and they were pretty good. They were a good place. I enjoyed the beers that I had there. And then the
360
Union
was the
Craft.
safe area.
Well, yes. Okay, yeah.
Make sure we're not back in the DMZ.
And honestly, out there, basically, the breweries out there had Pilsners, Lagers, and IPAs. And they had a decent mix of IPAs, so you had your standard mix of hazies. But also, about every place I went to had a West Coast as well. Wow. So they're not forgetting about those traditional West Coast styles.
So I do have to say, so I went to St. Louis a couple weekends ago just to watch baseball. So I didn't make it to any breweries because I just didn't have enough time.
Priorities, girl. Come on.
But there was like a neighborhood Irish bar like just across the street from where I was staying at.
Was it Patty Max?
No, it was Patrick something or other. I can't remember what it was called.
Pretty close.
Yeah, it's close.
But yeah, I was like, I was like, do you have a beer list? She's like, no. I'm like, all right. She goes, that's what we have on tap, which of course it was, Miller Lite, Bud Light, Budweiser. And I was like,
Blue
do
Man.
you, maybe, I don't know. I was like, she goes, what are you looking for? I was like, do you have any IPAs? She goes, I only have one. Awesome. It was not good. And then she comes back later. She goes, "Oh, honey, I'm so sorry. I found this one in the back." And I'm like, "Oh, Jesus." And some drunk dude bought it for me, so I didn't really care. And they were both not fantastic. And I was like, well, at least I only paid for one beer. So
There you go.
I'm like, when the Bud Light tastes better because it's made just down the street than the ones that came from local breweries. And she's like, yeah, it's local. And I'm like, are you sure about that?
How old is it?
Yeah, I didn't pay for that one, so I don't care.
Yeah.
Hey, beer and sunshine's all you need, though, right?
At a baseball game, yeah. Beer and sunshine. Only.
It's the only BS I need.
Yeah.
Ah,
All right.
Did you not see my shirt? Is that
I
why you
did.
said it?
I couldn't read the
You
fine
didn't see
print
the
because I got a bad eye, and you know
Well.
it's kind of like blocked by the
And
table.
I'm short.
Yeah, is all okay. Now I can see it.
Yeah. This is my new shirt from the beer festival over the weekend. I was like, it's pretty.
That's pretty.
Nice.
Far out.
Speaking of pretty, how's that next beer looking, Steve?
Oh,
It's looking good.
You
First
jerk.
of all, I really like this can.
Call a segue.
hey.
Can's pretty cool.
He just knocked the whole beer box
Yeah.
out of the way.
We
I
had
think
that set there for a reason.
Yeah, it's pretty
Can't
cool.
you see
It's
the...
from day one.
And I'm like, can you not see the beer stains on
As
that
with
box?
tradition, now you gotta fix that.
So this
be a lot of
is...
Can we pressure wash that?
Yeah. That's right.
Seal coat it.
Take
Put a
care of that
put a
for
little
you.
poly on the top of it so it doesn't
right.
get stained.
He only does wood, man.
That's right.
Well, cardboard is technically made out of wood.
This is like
Is it
rubber
a softwood?
and maybe I don't know. Is this
It's all the
polyester? I don't even know.
sawdust. It's all the sawdust. It's just compressed together.
Particle board.
It's just
All
like,
right, enough
it's
about
just like
wood.
MDF. Oh, yeah, I can talk about building products all day. Sorry.
Boulevard Brewing.
Found really gets jet
Boulevard.
going though, huh?
Cinnamon
know what
Bun
he said.
Ale.
Compressed wood.
That's MDF.
Hey, sun's out, buns out, baby. Sun's out, buns out.
Sun's out, buns out. Oh, is that what it's called?
Compressed
I
wood.
wish.
Oh, if I had a nickel for every time.
Yeah. I mean, that's what MDF
You'd have 5
is.
nickels?
Oh, shit. So,
Actually,
Good for
medium,
him.
Actually, it's medium density fiberboard, but whatever. It's basically,
I'm a
Medium density.
sinner,
yeah.
I'm a saint. Sticky Bun Alert is what it says. Cinnamon Bun Ale, 9.5% alcohol.
Below the record show it says sinner with a C, like cinnamon.
That's right. Get it?
Yeah, I got it.
Whatever.
So I saw that. I was like, I'm picking this beer for my most anticipated page just based solely on that
So who
joke.
got this one? Did you get this one? Or,
This is probably in a Savoy box, would be my guess.
I don't know that I bought this, but I could have.
oh, I don't know.
I don't know where it's from.
I spend copious
For
amounts
being
on there
an
when I buy.
ale, it looks
It's-
awful lot like a stout or a brown ale.
I'll
Might
say
be what
it
we
was-
just
I
was the
expected it
highest
to be more like
ABV.
a brown.
Well, this is ale, so I don't know.
It does say ale.
I expected it to be a little.
But with the cinnamon.
With
I-
all the sweetness, I put it at the end because I figured it'd probably be pretty diabetes.
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 Wolford Brimley.
Thank you, Wilford.
That magical mustache, man.
I finally got my pores going.
We're gonna do. What's that? Never mind.
The Thing? Yeah, we already did that.
No, there's another one. The one within the tribe community and all shit. I don't even know.
I'd like to say you're giving me enough to go on, but
I'm scared for this one, actually.
perfect. Look at you. You're getting dialed in there, Steven.
I'm on it, man. I'm on it.
Even when you-
Tyler,
Even when you fuck up, you completely
like the
redeem
smell.
yourself. If you could maybe scooch the box a smidge this way. Just
That's
a
what she said.
smidge.
Oh, yes.
There you go.
Oh yeah, you just right to the side just a little bit. Like I said, if it's warped just the right direction.
She
That's
did say
right.
that.
That is true.
has a nice nose to it.
Poor timing. or perfect.
Yeah, great
It's kind of
nose.
cinnamon rolly kind of aroma.
It better if they're going
I
to
mean,
call
it's
it that.
it's
Yeah,
Of course,
well,
we also
then
had
we
a
also-
black raspberry and it
Chocolate,
had no,
there was no
yeah,
raspberry, no
had
chocolate.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this is gonna get this patented smaller swirl here because I think I can get about 2 nostrils deep and feel like I'm in a Cinnabon.
well, it helps if you get 2 nostrils deep. Yeah.
Oh
they,
yeah.
they tend to appreciate that.
Bad broker, yes.
Oh, I was just waiting.
Gotta get up in that shit.
Jesus.
Is anybody watching anymore?
No one's commenting if they are, but doesn't mean they're not.
Isn't your Dean still on there?
Or that they won't watch it later.
That's fair.
Ooh.
Damn, this is pretty good.
Yeah, that's a very pleasant, not over.
Now here's one where
I
the
was really
can
scared
actually
about this.
describes what's in it.
Yeah.
I was actually kind of scared about this one just for the fact that
I'll tell you. And that's-
Sometimes that cinnamon, they
Yeah.
put that cinnamon oil or whatever extract in
Yeah,
there, and
no.
it's kind of got that like
Oily.
This
it
is
gives
pretty
you that
damn-
like coating taste.
That's one
and, like,
potential problem. The other is just like over cinnamon and cinnamon.
right.
And like John and I hate
Correct.
that.
Cinnamon.
That level of
Yeah,
cinnamon.
because you don't like cinnamon really,
No.
but you have like some beers.
If
that
it's
have
done
cinnamon in
right,
it.
Yeah,
I'll
but this
tell you
is done
this.
very well. This
It's
is
done
that
very well.
pinch.
Yeah, I'm not.
This is dangerous as fuck at 9.5%.
I don't.
Oh, I
taste
forgot about it. I just got
9.5.
lost.
No.
I got lost in the flavor. Jordan says, "I am here," just shaking my head at these boys. Not the girl too. She's as bad as we are, if not
Yeah.
worse.
No,
She
no.
starts it.
Yeah.
No, no,
Yeah.
no. She's got my back.
So what's actually?
It
It's
tastes
not
like
a
a
su-
goddamn cinnamon roll.
It's not a super thick body, but I
No,
think
it's
having
not.
a thinner body actually works in this case.
Yeah, because it doesn't like coat your mouth too much, and then you're like, oh gosh, now I'm like just
Yeah.
overpowered
No, this
cinnamon
is
flavor,
this actually this is pretty
and it's
damn
not
solid.
too sweet
Nice
either.
job,
Where are
Boulevard.
these guys out of?
Kansas City.
Good job, KC.
Jordan does say, "I adore her."
She's all right.
Spend
You're
a
the one
little,
who texted me early this morning.
spend a little more time around her.
Whatever, Matt.
Whew.
I am very happy with this.
I am too.
Yeah,
This is a nice beer to end the night with.
Like, considering I don't find Cinnabons around here very much unless I go to like an airport out of state,
Mall.
like I could have this be my fix.
I need another can of this and go to Tim's Donuts in the morning.
Ooh.
Have you been to Tim's Donuts before?
I've not, but just I imagine like
First of all, I
pastry
would like to
combinations
throw
with
another
this.
local business out there. We've already talked about Sundays. They're fantastic. Don't forget them. 79th of Fall Creek Road. Tim's Donuts.
Zionsville and Whitestone
Tim's
as well.
Donuts in McCordsville is hands down, in my opinion, the best donut shop in the Indianapolis surrounding area.
That's a
Longs
bold claim.
can't hang from the sack
Oh,
of Tim's
What
Donuts.
the fuck off? What the
Longs,
fuck off?
Longs is
Have you
so
had
overrated.
I love longs.
Have you had the competition?
No.
I think
I
Longs
don't think
is
you
the
should
most
say that.
overrated
I would try
donut
it.
shop
You
I've
have
ever
Longs.
been
I think
to.
Have you
Jack's
ever
is
been
the
there at
most
4:30
overrated.
a.m.?
I would get.
I think
oh,
Jack's
yeah.
Donuts is the most overrated.
I've worked at two places
Jack's is
where Longs was
wildly
less than
overrated.
5 minutes
Yes.
from our door.
And you've been there
Yeah.
4:30 a.m. and this is what you
Not at 4:30, but I've been there at like 6.
There's a line out the door.
That's
Well, it's a
pretty
line
close.
out the door because it's cash
Tim's
only.
Donuts, basically at almost the intersection of Oleo and 67
Hey.
or Pendleton Pike.
And I was
Check
like,
them out.
Hey,
Oleo!
Prove it.
Jordan
Bring 'em.
says
I can do
100%.
that. Yeah, they're,
So I'm like,
they're
what's the
fire.
other? What's that other donut place? There's one in Westfield.
In West Philadelphia, born and raised.
Everybody like goes nuts over it. So a girl,
Playing b-ball.
Yeah, every time I
a girl
can't
that I
not,
work with, that's like her favorite place, and I cannot. It begins with a T.
Tim's.
Tim's.
No, not Tim's.
Tim's Donuts.
No, this is in Westfield.
We're saying
It's
the same
like,
thing
It's right
here.
there. It's right next to the BP and stuff. It's over
All
in that little
right.
area.
So what Tim's Donut
And
would
that
you
place
pair
isn't
with
that great either.
this magical brew?
Oh, the butterfly for sure.
Is that
Which
like
is
a
basically it's
cinnamon
like
bear
their
claw or
cinnamon.
something, or?
It's like it's their cinnamon roll, except it's in the shape of a butterfly. It's fucking delicious.
Oh, gourmet.
Do they
Oh,
have
yeah.
apple fritters?
They do have apple fritters. They also have
That's my
cherry
favorite.
fritters as well,
Shut the front door. Are you serious?
and their raspberry filled
Yeah, I
is
don't care about
one of the
that.
best.
I'm gonna get
Anywhere.
hung out to dry on this one, but do they have cream filled?
Yes, they do. They have an amazing Bavarian.
Bavarian
Oh,
cream
no,
is
no, no.
way better
No,
than like
well,
whipped cream.
not the cream. Like
Yeah,
it's
like
it's the
there's
like the pudding.
custard filled
Yeah,
and there's
yeah,
cream
it's
filled.
Bavarian cream.
I'm
Yeah,
looking for
yeah,
the cream
yeah.
filled. Why do I keep doing this? I'm looking for the cream filled. This is not. this is not. This
Because
is not a
that's
proper
the motion you
pantomime.
make when you're cupping balls,
Yeah, except the
which
cream
tells
filled.
us a lot about
Yeah.
your past.
I mean, that's
Oh!
wait. I look for big bowls.
Yeah,
That's a two-hander right there.
Oh my
it
god.
is.
You said
Yeah,
it,
what
man.
is that movie? What the hell's that movie? Fucking, what's that one where they fill all the donuts? What is that? Van Wilder?
Van
Wilder.
Jeez,
Which
yes.
is one of the most disgusting scenes. That, yeah.
But did they have it coming? Oh,
God
Damn it.
damn it.
Oh, but they did.
I didn't even mean to do that. Let's Burger Show.
Liar.
No, this is excellent.
I'm not that clever.
This is
Let's see,
surprisingly.
who's up on this one? John? Or
Yeah,
no?
I think it's
Yeah.
bad.
John
it's
on
you.
deck.
Who knows?
What do you say, man?
This is without a doubt the best beer of the night.
We haven't gotten there yet, John. Pipe down.
I'm not saying it's the beer of the night. I'm just saying
His
it's my
personal
favorite. It's my
preference.
personal favorite. I I don't know why I'm not going to give it a 5, but I'm going to give it a 4.75. I think it's
Wow.
really, really good.
Outstanding.
It's everything it says it is. It's done really well, balanced perfectly, both flavor-wise and texture,
Cinnamon.
mouthfeel-wise. It's fantastic. Gin.
Yeah. So
Jennifer?
it's definitely not
Miss
as-
YBC.
Yeah, you know me.
Is that kind of word?
So it's definitely not as sweet as I was expecting it to be. I was really expecting like just
Diabetes.
yeah that like super sugar like
Every
cinnamon
time I get
roll,
the chance, Steven.
like cinnamon roll, that white icing on the top. I just expected a lot of sugar. This is
The buttercream icing? Are you besmirching
no
buttercream now?
not no just
Okay.
that white. All it is
Cream cheese.
No, not the
No,
cream cheese either.
she's just talking about
It's
when
just
they
like
put the
confectioner's
super
sugar
thick-
and water. That's all it is. It's confectioner's sugar and water. And
Yeah.
they make that icing, that drizzle that goes on it. Like
The
cheap-
drizzle.
the cheap one, not the cream cheese icing, because cream cheese
Okay.
icing is.
Yeah,
Just
like,
the
wait,
clear-
I'm glad that
the
we both
clear-
came at you with a
the
different
clear
icing that you were
sugar
besmirching.
coating.
And then she came up with the third.
Clarified that was not the problem.
Yeah, no cream
That's
cheese.
called a glaze.
Correct.
A glazé.
Cream
if you're being
cheese
fancy.
icing on a
Pinky's
cinnamon
out.
roll is completely different. So yeah, this, especially. Oh my god, I hate all of you. Being
You should.
9.5.
Did you say 9.5?
No, I said if being a 9.5%,
Oh, what, on the Richter scale?
it's a sneaker. It'll sneak up on you, and it's obviously got everybody got the giggles. So
What do you give it?
I'll have to give it a
Sneak
4.5.
up on you right through that back
4.5?
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm gonna say this is outstanding.
I drive to Kansas City for that.
It's awesome in so many ways. It's
Or at
super
least to St.
balanced,
Louis.
has great flavor, isn't overwhelming, has no. I have
Doesn't give you
zero
that weird,
negativity.
gross, like aftertaste. Yeah.
They fucking nailed it, really. At 9.5%, I would say
On the
this
Richter
is,
scale?
this is probably the most dangerous.
He said percent. You just said 9.5.
I said 9%.
No, you said-
Truthfully, I would say at this rating, it's probably the most dangerous beer I think I've ever drank for flavor versus
Yeah.
content that I've ever had.
I could see that.
Man, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna give it a 5.
Woo!
I completely respect that.
Yeah.
Give it a Ric Flair.
yes.
2 claps and a...
Woo!
So that gives us a 4.75 average.
Nice.
Matt.
Mateo.
Well done, Boulevard Brewing.
Mateo.
This is not going to pain me as much as if it was Tyler, but I'm going to agree with John. There's something... I totally respect anyone that give this a 5. I think
Absolutely.
it could deserve a 5. For me, there's just something, as you said so eloquently, John, I don't know what.
Yeah.
But just something is slightly missing to get to that 5 thing for me. It's just slightly shy of perfect. It's so damn close.
Slight more mouthfeel.
And it's not even that something's missing.
Just
Possibly.
something isn't quite there to get me to 5.
I think
Right.
it's almost maybe it's a little too watery for that. I think
Normally
maybe
for
the
me, I'd say
mouthfeel
yes.
would have been if it was a little bit.
They had that little thicker, like the
Creamier,
icing.
just a
Yeah,
little
just that
bit.
icing.
a little
Just
bit
a
of
little
thickness,
bit.
I think,
Texture?
would have helped with a mouthfeel.
Which is really funny
but
because
I don't
normally
know
I'd
if that
agree
would
with you because I
backfire.
like a thicker mouthfeel. I like them thick.
Yeah, he does.
But at the same time, I'd be afraid of what a
clearly
thicker
wrong.
base of this would do because
Right.
Yeah.
It might throw
I
everything
think
out of
that
whack,
the body for
but-
this is actually perfect.
Yeah.
It just maybe that is because I like them thicker. That's why I didn't get to 5, but it is damn good.
This has perhaps been the most off the rails show, brought to you by Turfs Up Radio,
Your station,
our drunken shenanigans.
Thanks, Russell.
and also shout out Ugly Pete or Water Performance Technology.
Purveyor of our brand new upgraded can.
which is sponsored by Indie Craft Brew. Which you-
Ironically,
right?
we're going to switch around some logos.
Right? Yeah, maybe we'll do that. But you'll find Mudhog Beer and Barbecue up on August 13th at Indie Craft Brew. We are going to be doing our barbecue event and kind of set up. We're going to have some smoked sausage. We're going to do some pulled pork. And we are going to do some chicken wings. So it's going to be a good time.
And if
Your
someone
your wangs are good.
My wings are delicious.
if someone couldn't make it to Muncie, when might they be able to see Mr. Hog out on the road again? Queuing?
Well, actually, the following weekend,
Noblesville?
we'll be at the Noblesville Barbecue.
Nice.
Ah.
And we will be barbecuing that day, and that's going
Where is it? I didn't know about that.
In
Yep, it's
Noblesville.
actually where they have the farmer's market.
Yeah.
Are you
Yep.
going to
On
be
what
under a
day?
tree this time?
The 20th.
You can have
and-
some shade.
I'm taking that tree.
Yeah.
I'm going to try to take that same
I
spot.
don't know.
Good for you.
Pete, who Water Performance Technology
Who
LLC,
won things last
uh,
year because he
who's returning as a competitor this year.
padded some
I will be
Well,
on Pete's
padded some
team. Just
pockets.
saying. Pete asked first.
Ugh.
Pete ass.
Pete
Right.
asked. But no,
Yes.
he was saying that the middle might not be pickable this time.
Oh,
It might be
fuck.
perimeterly.
Ooh, that
Perimeterly?
That does suck, actually.
Perimeterly? Is that a word? Is now?
But that is a rib and
that
chicken
sounds right.
day, is what that is. They provide the meat, so we'll cook ribs and chicken. It is run by the Noblesville Rotary Club. It is their big fundraiser for their scholarships that they give.
Outstanding.
So I think last year they were able, with the money they raised, to give away at least 5 different scholarships.
Oh, that's
Nice.
awesome.
So, yeah,
Fantastic.
so it's a good time.
I hope
So-
this year you do better.
I think so. I took it way too
Learned.
serious last year, and I realized, oh well, shit, this is just catering. So,
Well,
yeah,
because
let's go
certain
much
people
better.
paid people to vote for.
So,
votes,
moral of the
so-
story: come try John and Pete's meats, and then
Yeah.
support a good cause.
Support good cause.
No,
Have
fuck
a good
Pete.
time.
We don't like Pete.
Jennifer, any parting words? Don't you have a group of your own that you run? Am I wrong? Do you not have a
Like
My
the
coven and my cats. Yeah, that's,
Oh, I
I
that's a
thought you
big
guys
group.
said she had a.
I have an
She had-
Instagram.
she's
This is
got-
my
she's
own
got Instagram that
I
Instagram.
she
thought you have a
runs.
beer gram. No.
Yeah, I do. Yeah,
Okay,
I just haven't
well,
been doing very much.
she's
on
very
it.
modest about it.
Oh.
Yeah.
I mean,
I was
it's.
trying
I'm
to
not.
give you an opportunity
Oh,
to
I'm not
promote it, and you're
sponsored.
just-
I'm not sponsored.
Well, I
no one
didn't say
follows
you
me
were
because
sponsored.
because I don't show my boobs. So
So
I'm
what do you
not-
need to do?
it's my hand with a can in my backyard.
The hand in my cake. Wait, what?
I don't know. I mean, I think you're on the right
I hear
Hand,
track.
that right?
my hand with a can in my backyard, not my hand in my can in the
That's
backyard.
a
Oh,
difference.
well, we almost had something.
I know. I saw lights. I saw lights in both of these boys' eyes light up real fast. I'm like, no.
Well, hey, I have no shame. Exterior wood protection.
Hey, if I had someone, you know,
If your deck,
We'll
your
sponsor
fence, if your house
BYBC.
needs washed, your concrete needs washed, hit me up on Facebook or exteriorwoodprotection.com. We will hook you up, make your house the most beautiful one on the block.
You got a dirty deck? He'll take care
That's
of it.
right.
Best man to put your woods hands into.
Also, we missed one sponsor. Shout out Indiana Untapped. The next beer fest that you'll see the Two Beerded Guys at is going to be down in Brookville. That's in 2 weeks.
And allegedly, you might see
Where the hell's
all of the Two
Brookville?
Bearded Guys
Down in
and some
Brookville,
Rogues
you can
Gallery
catch some
edition.
nice stripers down in Brookville.
where's Brookville?
And allegedly this will be the first event of the year that we'll have like all of us there. So
Where's Brookville?
Time will tell.
on the way
but
down to Cincinnati.
Yeah. It's like hour and a half, 2 hours from here south.
Oh, I've never even heard of
East.
Brookville.
Yeah.
Yeah, that you can
What,
go
off 74?
Brewing over there. Yeah, it's a great brew place.
Is it off of 74?
I think so.
Well, that'd be like on the way to Cincinnati.
Yeah, I
So.
think so.
Yeah.
And it's the largest reservoir in the state, and there's
Yeah.
also some good prime tubing down the river opportunities there. So,
As
That's
I said, Cabrewing. I've been there a
Nice.
couple times.
Catch some big stripers.
so
We're
what
going to
is
clarify what that is.
Matt? What is your beer of the night?
Part of me wants to go with Listerman because that was a damn fine beer from a place that I used to love, and I want them to get back to their former glory, and it was well done. But just the sheer awesome ballsness of the fucking cinnamon porter, I have to go with that one.
Was it an ale, sir? Not
And-
a porter.
Yes,
Ale,
it is
even
an ale.
more so than like that's
Yeah, it was very porter-like, wasn't it?
it was So the cinnamon buns, cinnamon bun ale. I almost had it.
Bad eye.
Oh, it's also a weird angle.
Listen, so I'm gonna flip flop that. Like that is no doubt the best beer that we had tonight, no doubt. But I'm gonna give the love to Listerman because they've been
Awful.
so bad.
On a dry streak.
Yeah, it's not been great. They're local-ish. We keep giving them a shot. Unlike 903, who we stopped, we keep trying Listerman.
Because we've never had a good 903. We used to have good
No.
Listerman.
We used to have good Listerman.
903
And
is
this is, I haven't had like a traditional style beer from them, and it's giving me a little bit of faith back. I'm not fully there, but
It's rebuilding the bridge that's been
rebuilding-
burnt down,
yeah,
right?
It's rebuilding it. So
Also-
Listerman, this beer was my beer of the night.
Right before we get to Jen, I've got to say that Jordan says, "Show me your boobs."
Well, hey, There you go.
All right.
That's all I got.
No, I'm not showing you my boobs. Sorry.
Even her?
No, my boobs have never been on the internet, and that shall remain the same.
Allegedly.
No, that is 100% truth.
Good for you.
100%.
Your beer of the night.
I'm gonna have to agree with John. I love that cinnamon roll one. That was delicious, but that Listerman, I'm really happy about it actually not tasting like shit. I mean, it was delicious. It was nice, crisp, and nice and smoky, and I was very happy. I was just very happy with it. So, yeah.
It was the one second to it that you gave the highest rating of.
Yeah,
so.
well, I mean, that was what I picked for the beer of the night, and everybody
Yeah.
kind of laughed at me, so.
Yeah.
I mean,
Who's
I love this.
laughing now?
That was a
Who's
good foresight on
laughing
your
now?
part. Yeah, right?
So, I mean, I did love that cinnamon roll. It was
It's delicious.
delicious. But yeah, my big surprise, I should say, of the night would be, yeah, definitely the Listerman.
It definitely gets that prize.
Yep,
Awesome.
good surprise.
Yeah. Awesome.
Silver Fox.
Yeah, for me, it really was the final two. The Imperial Brown by Oliver Brewing, the Broncos and Hoodies. And
Hookers.
but I still will stand behind it. The Cinnamon Bun Ale,
That's what you picked.
hands
wasn't it?
down, it was. I gave it a 5, and I'll stand behind that. It was outstanding. I would drink that. I plan to seek it out. And I also plan to either stay home or make sure I have a designated driver because
Yeah, that'll screw you up
because
super
for
fast.
real,
real,
those will get you in a bad spot, right?
9.5%. I mean, I'm not joking. You could slam those things.
Yeah.
I mean, that is a light. It
9%.
is a light feeling beer for the percent. For
Well, with
sure.
it being an ale, that it also explains.
Yeah.
The whole time I'm drinking, I'm thinking like a brown or something like.
Yeah.
It should have more, but an ale, it is consistent.
Do we
with
know?
The body.
Is this purchasable?
So I was going to
locally?
say Boulevard in general. Boulevard in general.
we
is.
can't find
Missouri.
some down
They
here.
are. They are at least regional, if not a national craft brewery. I don't know if this
Have to
particular one
Take a
is
picture of
from
I
this
know.
bad boy so I can.
But Boulevard
seek it
you can
out.
find at any decent craft, decent liquor store.
Liquor.
Barely knew
I
her.
barely know her.
Every time.
Here, let me see.
Good job, guys. All right, does that bring us to the close for the
Yeah, it
evening,
really does.
Think it
fellas
does.
and lady? All right, well, thanks again to all the sponsors, Turfs Up, for supporting us with our podcast. That
Nope, it's not
we
within
might be
100
taking a
miles
rain
today.
check this week, but we'll be coming back double hard next week. And Super America, patriotic. Indiana on Tap for letting us do some fun things at these events that we get to do. Thanks to them. Water Performance Technology, LLC, aka Ugly Pete's Water, for supplying us with fancy things. And Indie Craft Brew for letting John go up there and sling some barbecue
And being
next week.
being a great bottle shop, one of the only places that you can find great beers from, whether it's 450 or Hoosier or Raw or whatever other eclectic place they
Windmill
like to get,
Hop Lore.
other than their
Yeah.
other than the breweries themselves. So he does a
Aside
good
from
job of
Indy
getting.
proper, like that's the only place I know of outside of the Loop that you can get some good stuff. And especially if you don't live close to Indy, you live up north, that's a great place to go.
Oh yeah,
Tell Mike and the boys we said hey.
yeah.
Dirty Mike and the boys, if you will.
Dirty Mike
Ball
and the
State
boys.
Chirp Chirp.
Chirp, chirp.
Or you could go to Deer Park in Fort Wayne, but that's beside the point, so. That's too far
They don't
away.
sponsor us.
I know, I sound like they don't, so it's fine.
Never been there. I don't have an opinion. Anyways,
Love that place. It's
have a great evening and a pleasant tomorrow.
Peace.
We've got.
Steve Fox.
But Hog B&Q.
BYBC.
I'm Oscar and Matt. Enjoy, everybody.
Bye.
Peace.